Okay, I am recording now.
Me too.
Me too.
We are recording.
Not me.
Oh shit, I'm gonna open my character page and everything. All right.
Yes. So,
Got mine.
he's got his printed out.
You printed? That's awesome.
Yeah, I did.
I'm like, good, get in the spirit of it. That's how it is. When we are able to, also, Vinny, now that I have a house, first of all, as soon as I'm able, I want to have you guys over to check out my house and have, like, dinners and stuff. I have a grill. Like, what?
Nice.
Yeah, I know, I can cook on a grill. And it's fucking big. But I have a basement, and I have, like, a whole gaming station down.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
I have a TV that's set up with all the old game systems. Amanda hooked that up. And I have a table for board games or tabletop role-playing games. So when we're able to do that, it would be cool to sit down and play a board game or whatever. We just played, what was it with Alex and Bree? Throw burrito.
Some burrito game and some
card game.
cat, goat, cheese, pizza.
Yeah, cat, goat,
.com.
That was fun. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we shall begin. Now, last time we played, you had all, well, most of you, except for Headhunter, had helped in defeating the champion known as Beatrice Trice. You had set a trap inside your own mind, as she was a very powerful psychic, and allowed her to enter your mind, thinking that she was going to be making some sort of deal with you, Mavakos. But instead, you sprung the trap and attacked her. With the help of the horrific symbiote that is now kind of hooked to you and shares your brain, you were able to really do a lot of damage to her. So much so that she was, though she almost killed you, toxicity was able to harm her enough to kick her back out. Upon exiting and being quite wounded, Esther was able to put her down. But upon trying to decapitate her, her third eye opened on her forehead. And being a powerful psychic who is a champion of a god, she was able to use the last ounces of power to leap into Esther's body, controlling him. Things quickly went sideways.
That sucked.
She gained control of not only Esther, but all of his abilities, meaning the castle, the Dust Keep itself, controlling it and turning it into a giant statue for Anastride, the god of peace and order. You were, of course, Mavakos, locked up in a tiny little metal cage and hung like 100 feet in the air for fun, and because she was very mad at you for what you had done to her. She took the minds of about 100 or 200 of your soldiers. Astrid arrived with 3 of her own, but her 3 very powerful creatures fought off as much as they could, giving you enough time to fight back Beatrice Trice. As she tried to revive herself, rising her old body and connecting the head together, and it eventually did, actually, jumped back into her old body, causing Esther a great amount of damage. You, Mavakos, sprung forward to fight her atop the castle. Against all odds, you did it anyway, and it caused her some damage, but she was too powerful for you. Luckily, Esther had unleashed, I don't know if you'd call it a secret weapon or a wild, horrific animal. From deep within the dungeons of his keep comes the now broken and shattered-minded apex or superhero.
I think he's better.
Who is known as Locomotive Larry. Spending a year and some months in constant torture and mental agony, he has all but lost his mind entirely and has become a force of destruction. He brutally beat the shit out of Beatrice with chains and hooks and threw her off the castle. But as she soared downward, meeting her doom, she was caught in the air by Esther, who looked down upon her, his wings outstretched, and said once more with feeling, and disintegrated her in his arms.
And then I was sitting there with like Swiss mix all over me.
Yes, and then awkwardly brushing the Swiss mess off of you, and you know, because you probably breathed a little bit of her in, which is uncomfortable. But
She'll come back in 2 rounds.
What did she taste like?
Chocolate milk mix.
Exactly like that. Some of her was most likely definitely scooped up by the goblins as they were like, and tasted. But you were all then immediately teleported to the keep of Draxia, the goddess of bloodshed, chaos, madness. And as you sat before her, she held an hourglass that as the sand or ashes seeped downwards, the hourglass screamed, knowing that Beatrice Trice had found her eternal prison at the side of the evil Draxia, who looked at you all and smiled. And that's where we're going to open up. Mavakos, Esther, and Astrid, Vinny will get to you after this part. Mavakos, Astrid, and Esther, you all stand before Draxia, her throne of twisted metal and bodies, towering before you, her 15-foot monstrous form relaxing in the chair against the serrated metal as if it was the most comfortable cushion in the world. She looks at you, kind of dancing her fingers, massive blades, almost like swords made of bone, as she kind of clicks them against her throne. And she leans forward and looks directly at you, Mav. And she speaks. Mavakos Coilbone. I must admit, I haven't been this impressed with a devil since Zariel joined me in Raktos for a menage a trois. She, of course, tried to kill us both and came pretty close. That woman
We need some
knows how to get
backstory
her.
there.
What?
We need some backstory there at some point.
Those are all actual names from D&D lore that I name dropped, so you can look them up.
Good.
Neither of them are pleasant to behold. That woman really knows how to get a girl revved up. She lurches forward suddenly, unexpectedly, as is her way, her massive form leaping towards you, and slams her jaws down directly, like an inch in front of your face, her big teeth clamping together and interlocking, her metal mask with blades coming this close to your face. I ask you, Mavakos, the first time you met Draxia, you flinched at her mere breath, at her voice, at every movement she made. Does Mav move now? Do you flinch at this?
I want to give y'all a reminder that the last time we saw Mav, he was at 6 health, up on the top of a tower, literally going, help, help, as his symbiote dragged him off of the roof.
Yes.
So,
You are
say,
standing, but very, like, woozy.
So that's probably exactly what he's doing. He's like, and that's just
you cough.
He's trying to stay conscious right now.
You cough a little bit of blood on her face that just like sinks, and she goes and licks it off. Still some work to do on you. Anyway, Mavakos, all of your hard work is being rewarded. Lucky you. And she like gently caresses your face with her massive claws. She smells of blood and death and fire. And her voice, I can't do it justice, is like sandpaper and gravel mixed with broken glass. I'm doing my best, but it hurts me.
Don't hurt yourself.
You are going on a vacation. A cool breeze and soothing sounds of waves will do you a world of good.
I don't trust this.
Chin to meet you. Now, curiously enough, there's someone else that is enjoying those same waves. And she leans in next to you. Calcina dances on the crimson waves and uses your family's sword to conquer enemies. She hunts for something that will give her the ability to return to the city of Dis. Imagine having that honor. If only there were a way to find her. And she shrinks down as she kind of steps forward, pushing you backwards, holding your head up like lifting you off, like maybe an inch off the ground, and walks with you, shrinking and shrinking. You are never more than an inch off the ground, but her form shrinks from 15 feet to like probably 7. And she stands before you and she goes, "Let me give you a gift." And she goes to kiss you deeply.
Oh, no.
You allow Traxie to kiss you deeply. Your sister, if you'd like.
Again, I think at this point, no. Does he want it? Absolutely not. Does he have literally the power to fight it? No, because he's being dragged around by his boo boy.
Right.
So
she kisses you deeply, her tongue sliding down your throat further than it should,
oh boy.
into your chest.
Does Esther say that in character?
What did he say?
Hot.
Hot. Probably. Hot. And her tongue wraps around your heart, squeezing it.
That's not good.
And you're like, "Gah!" And you feel this cold, horrible feeling. And she rips her tongue back out. It's awful. And you're like, cough up a little bit more blood. Like, oh, what's that? Much like Alien or something. And you can feel like
Aroused.
and as you
He's
stop,
Ace. He doesn't have that feeling.
stop it. As you oh, that's true. As you feel the heart, you can feel it almost tugging towards like a direction, and you can't help but sort of look in that direction. And she smiles. "Yes, follow your heart to Galcina, and when you find her, well, I'm sure you'll think of something fun to do." And she leans in very close to you and says, "I won't hunt you. I will call upon you to make a deal, but I would not hunt you. Be nice to the chickens." And she drops you. And as you drop, you, what she meant by all that, you don't know, but you drop and you land, like you're not expected. I don't expect you to know what you meant by that. You land face first onto a hard surface of wood, bone? Like hundreds of bones linked together to craft a floor of some kind. You look around you as you are surrounded by these bizarre little creatures. They have sort of, they stand on thick little chicken legs. They have sort of fleshy skin. They have horrific little sharp teeth mouths and big weird wing-like flappy fleshy appendages sticking out of their back. Monstrous, nasty looking things. Definitely abyssal, like demonic, you think. Being a creature from a devil from hell, you know these things. These things are like demons or something, but like really weak, shitty ones. I'm not sure you would know what they are, though, because you're not from the abyss, but horrific to behold. They are pattering about, pulling on chains and ropes and screeching at each other in a bizarre chorus of horrid noise that follows a kind of tune that is strange. That's when you see the sails. As they're pulling on ropes and chains, they are manipulating these massive sails, large and made of stitched together leather and skin of beasts. Fiends and mortals catching the wind and pulling what you stand on, which you now realize is a massive ship made of bones and skin. And as you look around, it is sailing through a thick red fog on a sea of boiling blood, with no land on the horizon and no sun in the sky. The creatures, while screeching their tune, goes a little bit like, and it's horrific. And sometimes only one of them will make a noise like, and then all of them will respond to it like, it's bizarre and horrific to behold. But as some of them see you, they stop singing and stop screeching. Singing, yeah, they were singing. As they stop screeching and they look at you kind of inquisitively at a moment, before they all just begin to panic and start running around the ship in an attempt to escape you, flapping their meaty flesh wings around and screaming. Some of them are trying to hide in barrels and boxes. Some of them are attempting to go below deck. Some of them, one or two of them even jumps overboard and boils to death in the water. One of them is attempting to, as it's flying, but like not well at all, and it's like like they have wings, but they don't fly very good.
What do I speak? What the fuck do I speak? Infernal. I speak in Infernal just instantly. Just stop.
You speak Infernal, and they go crazy. They're terrified now. And one of them starts running into a wall over and over again, and then backs up, and it looks at another one, and it takes one, like the other one, and throws it through the wall to make a hole, and then goes into the hole, screeching and running on their little chicken legs. Captain, your crew is a fucking mess. And Dandy, there's some crazy shit happening above deck. You're below deck, probably taking a nap at first, but there's something crazy happening up there, and that sounds interesting. But Captain, you are driving your ship, and suddenly everyone starts losing their marbles.
All right. I want to just throw the anchor down. Just like stop everything in its place.
Okay, so Mav, suddenly you hear
It's a wall.
a heavy chain, and you look and you see a chain going into this boiling water, and you're like, huh, well, I don't know if I did. And then suddenly, boom, the ship like stops suddenly, almost like a car slamming on its brakes. Now I want Matt, you were ready for it, Captain, so you're fine. But Mavicus and Dandy, while you're below deck, you didn't know what's happening. I want you both to roll a d20 and add your dexterity. This is going to be a dexterity saving throw. That's what this is.
No.
17.
17?
6.
6? Okay. So, Mav, as the ship slams, you're going, but you, how do you catch yourself in this moment?
I imagine Mav actually starts to fall, but the goo just instantaneously is like, and like stops him and pushes him back up. Because like I said, Mav isn't doing great right now.
You're like a
The
dead
main
body
thing.
being weakened at bruised around by this horrible block. So you go, oh no, and you go face first, and it and catches and pushes you back up and goes, get your shit together, and it grabs one of the nearby chickens and starts eating it. You get hold on, buddy. You get 2 more HP added back to you.
Oh boy, 8.
And the toxicity in your head goes, oh god. Dandy, you were as you got up out of your what does he sleep in? What does Dandy sleep in? What is Dandy's room down below deck?
Oh, okay. So Dandy's room, he has an imported luxury cot because he's an adventurer, mind you, but it is luxurious.
Yes, of course.
The finest plush, the finest felt. His room is covered in sharp diamond-encrusted goods. So do with that.
I imagine you brought all this with you onto the ship.
Yes.
Yeah. From your past adventures. So as you get up out of your beautiful silk bed, you go flying to the floor, and unfortunately you slam into some of these diamond-encrusted goods, which gives you a good scratching, which is quite unpleasant. You take oh, okay. Well, that wasn't so bad. You take 1 slashing damage. So you have HP at the top, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you just minus that by 1.
Oh, easy.
There you go. So yeah, you didn't take much at all. But you do hit the ground. So something exciting must be happening above deck. With that, Dandy, what would you like to do? It is would you like to make your way up there, or would you like to hide from it, or what's your instinct?
Oh yeah, I would like to make my way up.
Very good. And you begin to walk up. Mav, as you're kind of picked up yourself, the hatch from below deck opens, and who steps out? Would you like to describe yourself, Dandy? And how would Dandy carry himself? How would he dress?
All right.
Dandy.
So, as Dandy Adventure Man, I love to have my finest coat on. But underneath, I have my adventurer's garb, which was only used slightly before me. My boots are big with big buckles.
The adventure garb was used slightly before you?
Before me.
Okay, I understood. So
Because-
you took it from it. Okay.
Oh, yes. Because
It wasn't yours.
so what I'm thinking about my character is like he is luxurious but he pretends to be like a down to earth sort of adventure rogue.
Oh,
But
very
it's like,
good.
what are you doing? So some of his clothes are just stolen. He's like,
Okay.
yes, I got this from a whatever.
Yeah,
Um,
love it.
but my face is sort of indescribable. I just have like a very normal face. I look like a man, any other man.
Very
So
common
you're
man.
human.
Very common man. And my attitude is boisterous and adventurous.
Very good. Very good. Now, do you have any sort of wig or stylish hair to go with this, or are you going more just like a more gruff adventurer?
Ever-changing hair.
Okay, there's sometimes there's different hair on you.
But I claim that it's not a wig.
It's
I
never
claim
a
that
wig.
it's not a wig.
What does it look like right now?
Oh, right now I'm bald because
Okay,
I don't
gotcha.
have
Very good.
because I did not have time to put anything on to run up those stairs.
A bald man. Okay.
Should I describe Mav for Vinny's sake, just so that he has
Sure.
an idea?
Describe what Dandy Dan is looking at.
All right, Dandy Dan. You come aboard to the deck of the ship to see a very demonic dark blue creature. He's got ears about out to here, no lips, just fangs. He looks like a skeleton garbed in probably leather and tinfoil. His armor spikes out in all different directions, and down, starting with horns that don't seem to actually be connected to him, down the back of his spine, there seems to be this crystallized blue goo that creates this weird dinosaur mohawk all the way
Nice.
down his tail. He's not nice to look at. He's horrible. He's ugly. He doesn't sound great. And he can't keep his spit in his mouth.
He can't keep spit in his mouth.
He doesn't have
It's my
lips.
favorite part of that whole
Yes, no, that's
description.
so good.
I love and you had spiky dinosaur mohawk goo, and that's my favorite. But the fact that he's like,
Okay, he'd just be standing there. You'd think it'd be silent, and occasionally you just hear.
oh God,
Disgusting.
we've met people like we all know that guy. Okay. Very good. So you two meet. Now I do think it is important to stay. Dandy Dan, you are very tall. You are very tall. You are probably close to like 9 feet tall.
Right.
I would imagine.
Okay.
Yeah, and I would imagine rail thin, like
Okay.
very thin. Would that make sense?
Yes,
I
yes,
assume?
that does make
with,
sense.
With a pretty bulbous head.
I hate you.
Your head is like an
Are you
orange.
going what I think what you're going for?
The what?
Nothing. Keep going.
So with quite a bulbous kind of head. But there he stands before you, a well-dressed man. And Talia, I would want, as Mav looks upon this person, I want you to make a. No, you know what? No, you wouldn't. Never mind. Here comes up this person, this ritzy looking, with some of these little chicken monsters running around still, panicking. What do you guys do? Dandy, do you have anything to say to this creature, or Mav? Mav, I imagine you're sort of like.
Mav speaks Infernal again, as it's his native language, and he has no idea what's going on with this man thing.
What do you say?
He says, "Do you speak Infernal?" Which sounds more like in English.
Yeah, right.
It's not nice.
So perfect. I would like to walk around this character as they're speaking infernal at me because they are just a sight to behold. I'd like to pause for a second because you got to be grandiose with these sorts of intros. Turn my head, and because I have the say anything move, I can speak any language. So I would like to, in perfect infernal back, say, "Why, yes, of course I do."
Oh.
Which is it's interesting to see. Now, it is interesting to see a human adventurer who knows how to speak Infernal. It's not completely unheard of, but it's quite uncommon. Also, you don't know where you are.
Yeah, that was my next question.
And you don't know who this is, and you don't know why you're on a chip of bones. But that's an interesting, weird thing that just happened. you're in kind of a sleepy mode right now, so yeah.
Mav asks, where the fuck am I?
So, here's where you are. Now, I can give you guys a description on the actual location if you'd like, Vinny, and then you could tell Mav whatever you want.
Okay.
Or because you would know where you actually are.
Right.
Unless you want to make something up immediately right now, but I could give you an intro of where you are.
Just a bullshit, Mav.
Give me a little intro, but I'm probably gonna end up bullshitting it.
Okay, no problem. So, the Boiling Blood Bay. It is a massive bay, just so you also know where you are. It is a massive bay surrounded by a mountain range known as the Red Peaks, so named for the reddish hue of the rocks. The bay stretches for miles in all directions and eventually opens up to the Great Brine Sea. There is always a thick and terrible red and black mist that hangs in the air, making sailing the bay an extremely dangerous endeavor. Never sure if you are about to hit the remains of some great ruin or floating carcass of a massive fiend. The bay is said to be magical in nature, but no one knows for sure. It is suspicious, however, that compasses do not work. I spelled that very incorrectly. That compasses do not work.
Compasses.
And some voyages have been reported to have taken months to cross it, or even years, when it shouldn't. The bay is, as the name suggests, completely full of boiling blood. That is so hot, it is enough to melt the flesh from your bones, but strangely, never destroys the bones themselves. The surface of the blood is littered with the bones of unfortunate fiends and mortals alike. Somewhere in the center of the bay is what is known as the Hellhole, a great and terrible whirlpool wide enough to swallow buildings. From its center rises a tall floating island, its highest point just about touching a massive swirling energy source that resembles a black sun. This is said to be a rift through which the fiends arrive. Thousands of fleets of ships are said to sail this bay, captained by fiends, beasts, and other nasty creatures, sometimes human, oftentimes not. Though, with all of these ships rumored to sail this one bay, some never even seeing another soul. It's as if the bay weren't really a bay at all, but actually a massive ocean. Almost like it is neither here nor somewhere else, if that makes sense. It is a bay. If you were to be up in the sky, you could see it. But when you sail it, it is like you are sailing an endless ocean. That is where you are.
Would you like to hear my response?
Yes.
Yes, but
I'm sorry, go on.
You
I was
sure?
going to say, Matt, do you know the Boiling Bay?
I don't think I would. If we're topside, then
You were told that that's where a calcina is. You had no idea what it is or where it was or what it was about.
That's what I was
You were
curious
just-
if
you just
Matt
knew
knew that.
It's in the Boiling Blood Sea or the Boiling Blood Bay. And you were like, okay. And then that's it. That was the only info I ever gave you.
yeah.
All right. So I look you in the eyes, your fluttery, tired eyes, and I go, where are you? My friend, you're on a great adventure. Look around you. Look at the beauty.
He's going to die.
Won't you
Immediately
take
not happy.
a breath of this beautiful air in with me? And I breathe in heavily the red mist out through my mouth.
Blood comes out of your eye.
I want you to, Vinny, I want you to roll your d20 and add your constitution.
Yes, okay. Oh, fudge.
What'd you get?
Oh, 4.
You go, you go, you start coughing violently. And you take 2 damage. I don't know.
good, yes.
Just two necrotic damage. So just
Okay.
-2 from your thing. If you want to keep it on a little calculator.
I'm going to
that would be
calculator, yeah.
on your phone. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Because you'll also add your health back later when stuff happens. So,
Oh boy.
but yes, I'm sorry to interrupt you. So go on.
Hold on. I'm going to do this real quick. -2. All right.
I also imagine Dandy is just sort of yelling this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's loud and boisterous the whole time, even though this person in front of him is dying. Adventure. Oh, yeah. Breathe in the air. Cough. Try to collect myself. And as I'm coughing, I quiet down a little bit. And I'm like, You know, I am a little jealous, though. I paid all this money to be on this grand adventure, and you just fell here. And I wait for a response.
I don't got money, but I got some teeth. Mav reaches into his pocket because I think he legitimately has not gotten a single coin since I started playing with you guys. He still has the dis money, which hell money is like teeth. So.
I think you're like the only rogue in history who has not gotten anything in like 7 sessions. Like, or even more. When did you start with us? Like a while ago, and you just
like a year of gameplay.
Over a year ago,
and
Mav has literally no money.
The rogue has not touched any gold.
To be fair, that's because Alex fucking absorbs everything.
Yes,
He fucking black holes all our loot.
He has the
We
bag
don't
of holding.
need money.
The mistake
That's
was giving
also
him the
true.
bag
We
of
do
holding.
not need money.
Just take
That's true.
All right.
So you hold out a bunch of teeth.
Anyway.
The teeth, yes.
Yeah, they're all different kinds. Some of them don't look human, and some of them just are kind of half.
So
Okay, but that's not
Yes.
important. And he like shoves it in his back in his coin purse, teeth purse. He tell toxicity to keep eating the little fuckers that are running around.
Another chicken runs by this fiend, and this green mohawk, spiky death mohawk, grabs one of the chickens and starts disintegrating it like acid. It starts sort of like falling in goop onto the ground and like screaming, and the smell is terrible, and you can see pieces of it are being swallowed by this, whatever this mass of green, disgusting, spiky slime is coming off of this person standing before you.
Do I
So
get any help?
Yes, you do.
That's why I'm doing it.
3 HP. You get 3
Yes!
HP.
So this thing that is attached to him, to Mav,
Mhm.
is this like, what is this? Like, give me a little bit of a rundown. Is this like a spell?
So are you
is this a
asking
character?
out of
Like-
game?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. So out of game, Mav killed this guy in a session similar to this. It was Alex and myself who had this venom-esque symbiote attached to him that was just this toxic thing called toxicity.
Sure.
And when I killed him, toxicity was like, "All right, cool," and then hopped a ride on Mav. So
Okay.
it has its own consciousness, but so far it's not been rude. If anything, it just seems to be along for the ride, and I can control it to a certain extent, but it's not as powerful as like its own thing, if that
Okay.
makes sense.
Okay.
And obviously its healing abilities, quote unquote, aren't great. You know, it's
Right.
just
It's just that. All right.
it's just there. It's just a part of him at this
I
point.
mean,
So
you're also eating little tiny shitty chickens, and
Right.
before
Yeah,
that
that's
you ate a
true.
little tiny
Chickens.
shitty goblin. So
Yeah.
if you eat bigger things, probably get bigger health. But
All right. So then I want to stand there for a second, and I just want to say, you probably should stop doing that. Stop eating those. And then I don't know what I'd even roll for. I don't know what this is, but can I pull my I've seen this before, and be like, oh, like sort of pretend that I'm walking around like I know what this is.
you know what? I would say with that, I will give you, because it's not quite something that you would be familiar with. Yeah,
Right.
that was more for like magical things and
Yeah.
weird things. But I will say, I like it. So I want you to roll a d20. You're going to
Okay.
add your intelligence or your wisdom, whatever you think makes more
Okay.
sense here. And you'll get advantage, which means you roll twice and choose
Okay.
a higher result.
Okay. So we've got. Oh, we've got 18 is my
Yes.
better roll.
So, you have seen something like this before. It is a symbiote. They are kind of rare, but they do exist in the world. And sometimes they take complete control over a creature and will completely run roughshod over it. This one seems to be true to the name, a symbiotic kind of relationship where it is living off of the host like a parasite. But they always usually benefit the host by being powerful, like they make you stronger, but they pretty much always want to eat or consume or destroy. They have violent natures usually.
Which
So
would
you
be an
make-
issue for any other campaign, but not
So-
this way.
Yes, a fun issue, but an issue nonetheless.
Right.
Something you would have to get. They usually always have some sort of intense
A
urge
pain
to
in the
eat
ass.
or consume.
Right.
Yeah. So yes, you have seen that, and I will say, while you are sitting there like investigating it, like, Captain, you were just able to make your way around, and you now see on the deck, as you look over it, you see on deck you see exactly what they described. As they are sitting there, one, I don't know, what do you call them, stowaway customers? Whatever, the other person who rides on
Stowaway customers.
whatever you call somebody who rides on your ship. I don't know what that is. But
Passenger.
Oh, right, thank you. So you see your one passenger talking to
wait.
someone you don't remember allowing on your ship.
All right, so what kind of voice are we doing here? Mr. Daniel, what is going on?
Sorry.
Mr. Daniel.
I need a second.
Wait until you see what I look like.
Oh, God.
I'm ready for
Yes,
it.
let me get a picture of it.
Oh, can I wait before I respond? I
Oh,
wanna
do
see
you want to
what-
see? Now you have met the captain before, as you paid to be on his ship.
Of course.
But he is
We're best friends at this point.
No, or I don't know if you want to be. He is kind of probably scary. Oops, I spelled that wrong.
But Dandy is apparently 9 feet tall, so this is going to be very shell-shocky to Mav, I think.
Also grew up in hell. He's seen some shit. Like,
Yeah, out of all the things I could be, I'm just tall.
all and
Tall,
rail thin. evidently.
Bulbous head and rail thin.
Okay, so the captain, he is this. Now, what he is dressed like, I don't know. I will leave up to Jeff. But this is what you see as the captain as he comes down. And you do remember, Mav, as you look upon this, you
Waving
remember
all
Dandy
my
saying
arms.
you probably shouldn't eat those,
Yeah.
as you were killing the creatures that were essentially helping keep the ship afloat. But this is what comes around the corner and is roaring at
Wearing a typical Captain Crunch pirate hat.
Yes,
tricorn
beautiful.
hat. Do you have a captain's coat?
Yeah, but it's like way too big for me, and I'm not wearing pants, so it's like tied at the waist.
So these creatures are medium. How tall in the medium scale are you? Is he
Oh,
big
I'm
or is
thinking
he-
he's like 3 feet tall.
Okay, that's actually good. Okay, I love it. Yeah. So he's a tiny little bug man. That's
So
beautiful.
horrible.
All right. So before I say anything back, I would like to try and hide what's left of the corpses, like stand in front of the chicken corpses that
Okay.
Mav has eaten. Do I need to roll for that, or am I good? Do I
Roll a dexterity to get in front of it fast enough.
Okay. So
And
6
keep the
plus
captain-
dexterity is 8.
8.
You're not doing well with your rolls.
No,
huh,
I'm not.
bud?
I'm really not.
Listen, I'm telling you, use Google's.
They should all be randomized.
I think it's you do jump in front like, ha, but a piece of the chicken is still like on the other side of you, and you stare at like you think you've done it, and you're like staring at the captain. Captain, you see them. and you
I'm
see-
coming out still going like a mile a minute. He's like, we're looking for this Calcina, a devil from this amateur. Somewhere this landlubber found something precious to us, something no one ever thought existed. And then he sees Dandy standing in front of one of his dead bodies and Mav. Draws his sword, looking at Mav.
Well, Captain, we've got a friend. It's a new friend here.
It's the devil from this.
I'm actually. And he like throws up a little bit of blood. I'm looking for the same person. But I
Can I believe her?
really need
Him?
a bed.
Also, can the captain understand Mav's language?
Matt,
I'm
what do you
speaking.
speak?
He speaks
Oh.
common.
Oh, cool.
He speaks both.
love the
Infernal's
common
just his
language.
native language.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, what does he speak? He's got like. He knows common, infernal, and thieves can't.
Actually, Durgaloths, which is what you are, Jeffrey, speak both abyssal and infernal because you're not technically a demon. You're a Yugoloth, which is kind of their own thing.
Oh.
But they can go. They can which side of that fence, who you're racist against is your thing, and I'll leave up to you. But you can basically be like you. I think Yugoloths are just sort of in the middle, like they do whatever they want. But I'm not totally sure. I don't know D&D lore. I'm gonna decide that that's where they are. So you can decide which side you hate, or if you hate it, if you don't hate either. What's up? It's up to you.
So wait, Mav, what did you just say to him?
He said that he's like, I'm after the same person, but I really need a bed.
How do I refer to my crew?
Yeah, how first of all, do they all have names? And if you want to call them, how do you calm them? Right now they're freaking out. How do you get them to chill out?
Raise my 5 guns into the air and fire at once.
As you fire all of your guns at once, boom! With all of your 5 arms, and all of the chickens, and they come and they come running out in like files and lines, and they stand at attention in front of you in like rows, like a little army.
Mortimer, Bartleby, Timothy, Jonathan, help our stowaway.
And they look at Mav, and then they look at the dead chickens, and they look back at you, and then
we will.
And then they go, and then they start killing.
The half-digested chicken on the deck.
So some of them start eating some of those dead chicken parts. One of the chickens starts devouring it. And so some of the chickens start walking around you, Mav, in circles, and then they begin to lead you, like walk in a straight line down below deck.
Okay. I'd let them.
Okay.
do that.
In order to lift the trap door, one of them jams its body underneath it and lifts it with its head. Another one climbs on top, lifting that, and they basically stack in a pile in order to like a jack to lift it up, and then you're able to go down, and then a bunch of them leave, but one of them doesn't get out in time and just crushes and kills him as he dies. You do see Dandy, as you're kind of watching, one of the chickens that ate the dead body of the other one shits out an egg. It's like a fleshy, like undulating thing, and out of it comes another like baby one that is very quickly growing. Like, so your crew essentially always is regurgitating itself because they're constantly dying. So Mav, you are led below deck. Captain, what does below deck look like? I mean, there is of course Dandy Dan's room, which is full of all that weird shit he brought. But what's the other bunk of your? What does Mav walk into to go to sleep essentially?
Make it look like a pristine, like modern hotel. Like above deck, it's all normal, like bones and shit. But, like the moment you step downstairs, it's like going into like a Tokyo subway station. Like everything is clean and well lit.
I love it. Essentially, you see somehow with chicken. There's even like as you walk by like the hallway, there's even like a small area, like a small like cooking thing, like a shop, like a storefront where a chicken is like flipping food and will like give you food. It's like a store you can buy food from, it like the kitchen or something.
Yeah, the mess hall.
It's like screaming and using its little hands.
Just got like a little green hat on.
Yeah,
like it's to denote it's a chef.
But you are led to a bunk, which is like a beautiful hotel room, to sleep and rest. So you are gonna rest to get all your health back?
Mav is gonna pass the fuck out for 8 hours, like no joke. He's gonna.
You were awoken during your rest. Do you also go back to sleep?
I would like to go back to sleep.
Okay,
So sit and reload my 5 guns, watching our stowaway sleep.
So
For 8 hours.
Rest. So 8 hours pass. Captain, you see near the end of the 8 hours, just in time, you see on the horizon what appears to be some sort of small island, plot of land. But as you get closer and closer, you do see that it has like some trees on it, and there appears to be some smoke rising from its shore. Do you awaken your people?
Am I familiar with this part of the bay at all?
You haven't seen this island yet, but things tend to crop up in the bay. You could sail it for your entire life and always find something new. But where there is stuff, there is usually things to steal or plunder or pillage or take or people to trade with. This is how you make a living on the bay. So it's usually always in your best interest to check out things that you come across.
I want to have like a little like ram's horn that is a less
Oh, I thought you meant a telescope.
No, like a less wasteful version of my 5 gun salute. Like
okay,
wake everybody up.
Okay, you do so. You are both awoken. Mav, you feel a lot better. There is one more dead chicken next to your bed that Toxic
Okay.
grabbed like while you were in your sleep. But you both awaken. What do you look like today, Dandy?
Today I have a green wig on.
Okay, very good.
My outfit is more pristine than it was when I was awoken rudely. So I've got like a little suit on. Still always the adventure boots, no matter what else I have
Right.
on.
Yes.
So aristocratic from head to shin, and then adventure boots and my swords.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
And like a green bob haircut right now.
You do okay. Very good. You're wearing your swords.
Yes.
Okay,
An
Mavicus.
adventurer is never without his swords.
Okay, so Mavicus, as you come out, oh no, I don't know if I put that on your sheet or not, Vinny. Yeah, Mavicus, as you come out, you do see that Dandy Dan does have hanging from his belt like 7 swords, because he has like 7 swords hanging from his belt. Now, the captain had about 5 on him.
But he's got 5 arms.
Right.
He has 5 arms, and he has 5 flintlock pistols.
There's a reason.
Dandy Dan also does have about 7 swords on him. Like, I imagine just so all over the
Jingle
place.
jangle.
So noisy.
Yes. That is why I yell all the time. That is why I'm always loud and boisterous, to speak over my swords.
So you guys come on deck to also see that there is some sort of island that you're approaching. As the ship is getting ever closer to it, Captain, you can see that there is what appears to be a small tribe of fish people. You recognize them as Kuatoa. They are all dancing around what appears to be a
Throwback.
man. You remember the Kuatoa?
Yes, I do.
They are all dancing around a man who is tied to a post and struggling in desperation against his binds. The small creatures stop dancing when they see your ship approaching, and a larger of the fish people, in a large headdress made of bone, steps forward and is just kind of watching you as you come ashore. Like they're all like awaiting you, essentially.
Does the ship get right up into the shallow
Yeah,
water?
yeah. You want to get up on? There's enough room. You can get up on the sand without bothering them. So you guys are ashore. Matt, you do still.
Real quick. I am noticing a little bit of internet droppage on me. So if I disappear, it's probably I'm having to restart the computer.
That's fine. This isn't your one shot, so it's okay. No, it's fine. You do whatever you have to do.
This is where we kill Mav off.
I am actually kidding. It's fine. We'll
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. What were you saying?
You came up onto an island full of fish people, little tiny 1 foot fish people, and you guys just pulled ashore and are, I assume, coming off the boat to meet them.
Yes. Now they're in the middle of a
Yeah,
ceremony.
there is a man.
Sacrifice.
Yeah, there's a man tied to a post that they were dancing around, and he's like, and he has things. Now, this is not a human man.
Okay.
As you come off the boat and you get a closer look, I think just about all of you would know. This is a Githyanki. It is one of the Githyanki pirates that sails the astral plane, and
Of course.
they're weird looking alien people.
Get hunkies, yeah.
But Dandy would know who they are. That's an easy one. But he's like, but they're pretty powerful creatures. So how these little shitty fish monsters got a hold of one is bizarre, but here they are.
I would like to. Could I just sort of leave these two behind for a second? Walk through the crowd, push through the 1 foot little monsters, pull the gag from the man's mouth, and speak to him for a second.
Yes.
I think I'm when I just see Dandy walk past me.
Because I feel like this is an adventure. He doesn't want to miss out on meeting anybody. And he's like, oh, no, this is my last chance to meet this man before he's burned alive.
Before he dies. I love that. Dandy, I want you to roll charisma with advantage.
Lord. Okay.
So you roll
let's
twice,
see.
pick the higher, and then add your charisma to it.
Okay. There he goes.
Oh, hold on. 12 is what we've got.
12. So you walk, and the chieftain begins to open his mouth, and you walk right past him, and the chieftain looks at you, Captain, and then looks back, and all of them just watch you as you walk up and pull the gag. they're amazed, but not like oh, in a good way. They're like, and you can see, Captain, that as he pulls the gag from his mouth, you can see some of the fish people like turning and like lowering their spears. Like they're not immediately going to attack, but they're like. And what would you like to say to the? You pull the gag off.
How did you end up here, friend?
Untie me. Let me free. These creatures grabbed me. I fell through a rift and was spit out here. I fell into the boiling blood, and he nods to his legs, and you can see his legs are pretty badly like eaten at.
Ah, bad luck. Our friend here fell, and she landed right on our ship. Seems to be happening these days.
Oh, hang on.
Okay.
Do you have anything to tell me? Any stories to give to pass on?
Do I
Pass on.
do I have stories to tell you?
Well, yes, friend. This seems like your one chance. You're about to be burned alive.
I am a Githyanki. I have thousands of stories I could tell you. I was a great pirate.
Listen,
I'll be right back.
friend, pick one. Time is of the essence.
He's looking around. Will you let me go?
So you have nothing. You have no story.
I have stories.
And I start putting the gag back in.
And at this point, you turn like as if to ask the fish people like, hey, how come he doesn't have a? And you look, and all of their spears are pointing at you, and the chieftain is like, and he's like, and they're like, and they like start moving their spears towards you. Captain, would you like to say or do anything? I assume Dandy's confused, like, why are they suddenly hostile to me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, what's going on?
I want to shout, friends in a abyssal. Would they know it?
I can't remember if Kuatoa. No, they're undercommon. Undercommon is what they know. You can hold on. As a Durgaloth, you have telepathy of up to 60 feet.
Ooh.
I want to shout in common. Friends. We'll let you. I can't keep screaming like that, so I'm going to mute back. Continue with your ceremony. Let my companion get back to their ship. Is Dandy moving at all?
The captain looks at you. Roll charisma, Captain.
Okay. Oh boy.
It's not great.
No, it's not great. 14.
He looks at you. Okay. He walks up to you, like peppering his little fishy feet, and then have you come to give offering to Blibdoolpoolp? She hungers for blood and must be satiated. Gifts of goods are also acceptable. Come and be a part. Come and be a part of this once-in-a-lifetime experience.
This is taking too long. 2 arms, men! I want my chickens to attack.
You want to swarm your chickens to attack?
Yep.
Okay. The chickens come and swarm. Now, because it's chickens versus Kuatoa, I'm going to kind of just say it's sort of like they're just going to kind of cancel each other out. But Dandy Dan, you are surrounded by all of these fish who, once the chickens start swarming, you're going to have to fight some of these Kuatoa.
Yes.
Jeff, roll for how many chickens come and herd you and come to fight.
So this is 2d10.
Yeah.
All right, so this is, you get 11 chickens coming at you.
So yeah, there was probably like 15 of these fish people. So the chickens just and start coming off the ship viciously. Mav, you're kind of like, I don't know what is happening. Like they're all just running past you. Now, Dandy Dan, they will immediately attack you and try to stab you.
Of course.
Is there anything you'd like to do?
So I would like to jump back, because I'm assuming like the way that I'm standing is, at this point, I've turned around. The man who is tied to the pole is right behind me.
Yeah.
So I'd like to jump back back, basically use the man and scale him so that I'm hanging from his pole that he is going to be sacrificed from.
Okay.
So that way I have the higher ground.
Yes, you have the higher ground, exactly. So I want you to roll a dexterity.
Okay, okay. God, I suck with the rolls. That's an 8.
That's fine. So you do take 12 piercing damage as some of the spears get you, but a whole bunch of the spears plunge into him, and he's like, and he just like becomes a pincushion for like as they're like,
yes,
like stabbing the shit out of him. And would you like to attack at all?
Yes. So at this point, I would like to attack them.
I don't know his little beach party.
I would like to take out a few of my swords and start a swinging.
And start swinging?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the way that this will look is, do you use... how many... You're going to take out 3 swords to attack like 3 times?
Yeah. I am going to take out 3 swords. How many are down there, like attacking me directly?
There's probably like 5 of them down there. Like,
okay, yeah. Then, yeah, definitely.
You want to take out 5 swords? If you take out 5 swords, it isn't technically on your moves thing, but if you take out 5 swords, I'll let you attack all of them once.
Oh yes, then yes.
You'll roll 1 attack. You'll roll 1 attack.
Sure.
And then we'll use that or whatever. Okay.
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 Right. Sounds good.
Now, because you're taking out 5 swords, suddenly, Mav, what you see is that Dandy Dan, from his coat, comes what looks like he has his 2 arms and then 3 horrible tentacles come out and grab more swords as he and begins fighting with these creatures. So roll to attack.
Okay, so that's going to be a D8 for me, right?
Yeah.
Yep. God, that.
Is this a bit? Or am I reading into this too much?
Is this a what?
A bit. Vinny's character.
He's traveling Dandy Dan.
All right.
9 feet tall, rail thin, indescribable face, long oblong head, tentacles that he uses to fight his swords with.
This is not a character or thing you probably have ever seen in anything else. I took a type of thing and made it into a character and gave it to Vinny. This is what he is.
All right. So I rolled my natural is a 4 plus 4 attack, but also I am hanging. Does that count? Do I get my +3?
Yes.
So that is 8, 9, 10, 11.
So you do see that gripping the pole, because he's using 2 of his arms, he has several other tentacles grabbing the pole to hold him up and aloft. And it's like his legs, I imagine his legs are also holding swords and fighting. Because it would make sense that all of you, so now he basically becomes this like horrible wiggly thing full of swords that are attacking these Kuatoa. What was the damage that you did?
That was 11.
11 total? Okay. Yeah. You start slashing into these Kuatoa. They're very weak as they cutting one of them in half, spearing one of them through the chest. The chieftain, Jeff, looks to you and goes, and he goes to thrust his spear at you.
I'm still like on the ship, aren't I?
Oh, I thought you came down with him.
No.
Oh, no, you're on the ship? Okay. Then
Can I just like start like whistling and move towards one of my cannons?
Yeah, you're at your cannon. What do you want to do?
Right at the chieftain.
You do that. He raises his arms and goes, "Oh, the mighty Blibdoolpoolp will protect me. I cannot be killed. I am impossible to die, for she loved me so." And
here's hoping.
We see sort of a faraway shot of the ship here and the island here, the small figures fighting over here, and then the one small figure of the captain, and you just see, or the chieftain, and you see as the cannons just destroy. Oh, sorry. Oh God, right in my ears. Destroy all the sand, and it is a mist of blood. His head goes flying past you, Dandy, and falls. And as you hear it go, and squishes onto something. And then there is sort of this strange sound coming from where the head landed. This like, and all of the Kuatoa stop and just start fleeing into the blood and just start falling and dying. Maybe about like 3 of them go there. Some of the ones that are fighting the chickens are getting killed and killing the chickens. Some of the Kuatoa just drop down and start bowing and like in fear, and the chickens are sort of confused. And there's this sort of rumbling, and you hear one of the chickens go, chickens! This fucking name. Blibdoolpoolp! Blibdoolpoolp comes! Chickens, that's all! And he starts bowing, and he runs. One of the ones runs towards this noise. And as you look, Dandy, as they stop fighting, you look and you see that there's this statue among like the trees, sort of in its own grove. And it has one hand like raised up and another hand like this. I did not know there was a figure. That's fantastic. They're both claws, like big prawn claws, like that. Spiky kind of like lobster claws.
Sure.
And are you looking her up right now, Jeff? Is that what
No.
Okay.
I'm
And
playing music.
it is on these 2 prawn claws on a statue of a woman, like a stone statue of a woman standing there. The head is gone and replaced with like a giant prawn head, like a like lobster head that they might have found and just jammed on the statue. It looks like.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
These things created this out of stuff, and the priest's head landed on one of the claws, and the claw clamped down and crushed it. And the blood, as it's pouring down onto the statue, you can see the statue stone is starting to chip away, and there's flesh underneath. And as a few of the fish go down and start bowing in front of this statue, all of the stone is shaken off. And before you stands that same image, the lobster claws, the prawn head, the nude woman's body, but it is in flesh. And it is
Oh shit, she exists.
Yes.
It is the god of which they were worshiping.
Mav leans over.
Hold on, Blibdoolpoolp. You are standing there, and in front of you are a bunch of little fish people that are bowing before you. And there's some shit going on a beach, and you're in the fucking boiled blood bay, and you know what that is. And there's like 4 of the little Kuatoa bowing to you. And as they see you, one of them sees you look upon him and goes, I'm chosen! I'm chosen! And goes over and starts patting his little fins against you and goes, give me eternal life! Give me power!
I want to, because I looked her up and she's like covered in like black pearls. She like makes pearls.
Oh, that's
so good. I'm just gonna give him a little pearl and go.
How do you spell that?
He eats it. He eats one of the black pearls and swallows it and goes, what powers shall I gain? And his 2 little floppy fin hands become huge beefy muscle man arms. And he goes, ah! And he lifts himself up because he's so small that he lifts himself up on his arms and runs into the forest with them. And the other ones look at him and go, me, and start, begging you for assistance. Mav, you were saying?
What
How do
fresh
you
hell?
spell that? First of all, what
It is. Hold on, I have it. I should have there it is. I should have bolded it. So, Blip, B-L-I-B, or Blib, D-O-O-L,
There it is.
P-O-O-L-P, Blibdoolpoolp. It is a goddess created. Well, whatever. We can get to that. So.
I just wanted like a visual for my sake.
Yeah.
You did a very good job describing it, but just so that I
Yeah, like the body of Aphrodite with lobster hands and a lobster, head.
I love that.
And covered in like seaweed and red and black pearls, I guess.
Is she 20 feet tall?
What?
Is she 20 feet tall?
Oh yeah, she's very, very tall.
Mav is the short one in this crew.
Do you
Or,
wanna
no,
be
I guess
20
you're only
feet
3
tall?
feet tall,
I
right?
didn't imagine the statue was that big. How tall do you want to be? 20 feet tall?
Sure.
Okay, yes, she's 20 feet tall.
Okay. Oh my
So why
god.
is that this thing?
Back it up.
I was going to say the captain's still on the ship, right? So you just see this
I think
massive.
Mav and I
You
both
just
are.
hear beep.
You're on an island.
Yeah.
That ship is pretty much the only way.
The sea mother.
It could be years before another ship comes here.
Okay. Well,
So
as
these mortals might be.
I'm like 20 feet tall now. I just want to start walking my way over to it.
So you all rush onto the ship, like, go, go, go! And this creature's huge legs go, like, past the trees, and it takes her probably 2 steps before one of her feet just gets on, like, steps on the ship. Or do you just, like, grab it? Because the ship is probably, I would imagine, a pirate ship is about, like, 2 stories high, almost.
Oh no.
So you're probably level with the deck of the ship. So you just grab it.
It can't
It
go away.
can't move. And just... And she's just holding it, looking at you with her giant lobster hand and lobster face.
Who am I looking at? The captain?
Probably the captain, yeah, face to face with the captain. Dandy Dan, you don't know what this is. This is a whole new experience for you. Captain, you are staring face to face with Blibdoolpoolp.
You can call me Blip.
Is that what she says?
Blip.
Yeah. Listen, I need your ship. These idiots. I can't touch that water.
There's 5 of them still slapping your legs and like, give unto me glory! And they're just like dancing around you, just ignore them, but they are screaming constantly down there.
I need you to take me anywhere but here.
Well, Captain, what's my name? Scuttleshanks?
Yeah.
Captain Scuttleshanks has the crew to... he doesn't want to fucking die.
So come on in.
Come on in!
No, you're probably too big for the ship right
I was
now.
gonna say, we're gonna pull her from a raft, like.
Just gonna squat like
You
on
can
the
probably
top.
just sit like
So
on the
she-
back part of it, just like
Just
with your knees up.
narrative sake.
She shrinks down. I mean, you're because of what you are, you can assume anything.
She's a goddess,
anything
so-
you
I'm
want.
a tulpa.
So she comes walking on board now, the size of like a human. You're probably
You
still
say
like,
you're a tulpa.
probably about as tall as Dandy Dan. You're probably like 9 feet tall.
Is
So
Blibdoolpoolp?
And yeah. So do you now leave this place?
Do you want us to take
This place is
your
the correct place.
worshippers?
Out of game, they're looking for someone and they just landed.
Well, this is actually
Oh,
an
that's
interesting
right.
point. Whether you want to leave the ship or not, Mav, your heart is not
Mav.
pulling to this. Your heart is not pulling to this island. Your heart is pulling elsewhere. You know
He
the
comes up
direction you need to go.
to the captain, having done nothing with any of this as it's been going on, eating some kind of croissant that he found God knows where. And he's like, so you're looking for this Calcina person, right?
That's right.
You need to go. And he like chomps on it really messily. That way.
What is that?
It's a croissant. You want a bite?
He
He
starts
just
eating
takes
the
it
croissant.
from you.
I'm the
'Cause he is a
captain.
pirate. He is a pirate, so
I'm the captain.
you're the captain.
So
You gotta go that way.
what tells you that?
Nav just kind of lets out like this really long, hard sigh. He's just like, my heart.
Now, Captain Scuttleshanks, Jeff, you can do whatever you want with this, but Captain Scuttleshanks, understand, it's probably been a dog's age since you've met a sailor who trusts their gut. Okay, good. You understand? Okay.
A single tear rolls down his frog cricket body's face, and he wipes it away. It's been ages since another sailor knew the heart of the sea. Scuttleshank follows your heart as well, and
Nav
takes
just
another
kinda-
piece of the croissant.
Nav just kind of looks at him like, what are you doing? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like,
I've never been on a boat.
like,
His tears are like slimy. So they,
Starts getting like ugly snot and stuff too.
stop that.
Dandy Dan, I want him to notice that this interaction is becoming awkward as anything. Like the snot and the bubbles and Mav just crunching on it. What's left of the croissant. I just want to go, all right, so to adventure. And just put myself in the middle.
as Blib just God. So we begin to sail. You sail for several hours. you are able to, Dandy, you can go ahead and get all your HP back.
Oh, yes.
I don't think I let you do that before, but you
No.
do now.
Yes.
You're sailing for quite some time, and I am going to roll something. No, I'm not. Not yet. Not yet. I'll roll that after.
While we're sailing, though, before we do anything, could I do a gesture of friendship?
Yeah, while you guys are sailing, it's free time. Whatever you guys
great.
want to do, you go ahead and do. It
I
still
would-
takes a while.
I would like to walk up to Mav and hand Mav something, a little packet. And in that little packet, I want to pull the little strings. I've made like little silk strings. I want to pull them, and there's teeth of the little fish people. I just want to go, I got these for you while we were fighting.
Mav looks at them. DM, do they have any like money value in Mav's
God,
brain?
I hope
like,
not.
Did he just hand him like 50 cents? Like,
It would be each of those would be half a penny. So each of the individual
so really
pieces
just not a
would
lot.
be half a penny. So he probably
Yes.
gave you like 5 to 10 cents. Probably 10 cents.
You know that vine of that kid who unwraps a Christmas present and it's an avocado, and he's like, an avocado. Thanks.
Yes,
That's
perfect.
what Mav does. It's like, thanks, teeth.
Perfect.
Hey.
And then
in his teeth pouch.
I'm just so happy because I'm always
Keepers.
well-meaning, but like miles off.
Yes.
So I'm just like, nice,
Miles away, my dear.
enjoy,
This is
buy
what
yourself
people
something
do.
nice. Here you go, and then walk away.
Very good. Does anyone else want to do anything while you're sailing? Blibdoolpoolp? No? Okay. Then hours pass by, but no night, no day. It is just eternal red and black.
What is this place?
It sucks ass. As you continue, Scuttleshanks, you start to near a series of shapes rising from the boil. That is what sailors who are common to this area call this place, the boil. They call it really quick. Tall, about 10 stories high, sitting still as it might. Oh man, I forgot I wrote this. I think I wrote this. Let me try to read this. Okay. About 10 stories high, sitting still as it might, a kind of land or structure. As you near it, you do see that it indeed be ruins. I wrote this like a pirate for some reason. I don't know why. Rectangular and worse for wear. Hard stone are its walls, and with rectangular holes in it layin in rows, easily wide enough to fit a man or a medium-sized beast. You can easily get yourselves in any of the windows that are about 3 stories up, but any higher, and you'd be a swinging from the rows of. I don't know why. I didn't write any of the other descriptions like this. I just like I was listening to sea shanties and I wrote
Pirate time.
So anyway, do you understand? You see these tall rectangular stop it. You see these tall rectangular structures, and they have these rectangular holes in them that are sort of in rows.
But they're not like straight up buildings.
Kind of like straight up buildings, yes. They are about 3 stories up. You can get into any of those from the ship, but any higher, they're 10 stories total. Any higher, and you'd have to probably like swing across the ropes, or you would have to go and just walk in. You can see though, from the very top floor of one of the closest one, there is light coming from it. Some sort of glowing, ethereal sort of yellowish light.
Does my heart have anything to say about that when I look at it?
This ruin, no.
The light.
The light? No. It has nothing to do with Calcina or your journey. However, for everyone else aboard, maybe not you, but everybody else aboard, do you wish to investigate this ruin? As you are, it is a ruin. You do not have to.
I'm sorry, did you say Mav is going?
No, Mav
No,
is.
It's not relevant to my quest,
But you can
is what we're
absolutely
saying.
investigate
but
it.
we can still go look at it.
I say we try to keep on the out of game. I'm saying we keep to the main story.
And I feel like Dandy, while he's all into any adventure ever, is like invested in, because both the captain and Mav want this person, right?
This is an interesting adventure, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, let's do this. Like,
Okay.
all right, fine. Nobody else feels it. That is fine.
Out of game, do you really want us to go into this thing?
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay.
Kind of.
Okay, out of game.
I made it.
How-
But you don't have to, but I did make it. It's funny.
I am inclined to say yes.
Then let's go.
But how long, A, do you think it'll take? Because B, I want to eat some cupcakes I have out of game.
How about
we have
this?
cupcakes?
I got those little swirly ones, remember? From
Oh, yeah.
How about this? We investigate these ruins.
Okay.
And then we go on a quick break.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Great. Sounds good to me. Let's do it.
So you can easily slide one of the ladders across to crawl to the first window that you find. A good couple of stories up. Inside, you see rooms that are made of stone and steel, with metal desks and chairs strewn about. There are claw marks and gashes on some of the walls, as if beasts or monsters tore through here. There is a skeleton in the corner and a door leading to a hallway. Would you like to investigate anything in this room or continue through?
Roll to stealth. Immediately.
Okay.
Let's see here. That would be... Is that it? I haven't rolled to stealth in forever. I have a whole stealth thing, right? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
I rolled a 2 plus 17. That's 19 to stealth.
You are gone. You're
Okay.
Very stealthy. It's already dark in here, and you stick to the corners and the shadows.
All right. So
And
while
crawl under a desk randomly.
while Mav is stealthing, I would like to sort of just rip through the desks. Is there anything for me to look at to decipher? Any paperwork? Any
So
rooms?
yes,
Yeah.
The desks all look as though they were pillaged long ago, but one still has a locked drawer, and there is what appears to be some sort of magical trap on it.
Ah, I've seen this before.
Ah, very good. So
Proceeds to
what
just open it.
what I want you to do is I want you to roll wisdom or charisma, whichever one. Wisdom, charisma, or intelligence, whatever one is higher for you.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll that with advantage in order to undo this trap.
Ooh. 18.
Very good. You are able to unwind the rune, basically like thread. You pull it without it snapping and setting off the trap. You're able to undo it like a complicated knot that you pull at the right strings and it all comes apart. And the drawer is now safe to open.
I would like to open the drawer.
Very good. Inside, you didn't set off the magical trap, so it didn't do anything. So inside the drawer is completely clean and untouched, as if magically preserved. And there are 2 pieces of gold, some chewing gum, a half-eaten candy bar, and a picture frame with a picture of a man and a woman holding a baby. It looks like it was like for a desk or something, like a desk picture frame.
Okay. So the first thing I'd like to do is I'd like to throw each gold piece, one at the captain, one at Mav. Just, here's your take.
You toss one at Captain Scuttleshanks, and then you don't know where Mav is. You know he entered this room, and you have no idea where he went.
All right, so I'll just put it in my pocket and go, that's for later. And
Okay.
then pop the chewing gum in my mouth immediately.
Okay, it's delicious. It's grape.
Fantastic. And then I just walk over to the captain, because that's the only person I can see in the room, and hold up the picture, because I don't know what it is.
You hold up the picture. It is a man and a woman holding a baby like this. You hold up the picture. As you hold it up, you can see, Dandy Dan, there's something written on the back of the actual picture.
Okay.
You just have to take it out completely to really be able to read it.
So I go to show the captain and go, look at this beautiful pull the picture out and read what's on back.
He just drops the frame and it shatters on the floor as you,
Interesting.
On the back it says, I love you both more every day. And it is dated 2997 GR. Now, For you, Dandy Dan, you are probably well versed in history. GR stands for the Great Rebuilding, and it was an era in time when people were rebuilding from a terrible cataclysm that struck the entire planet. 2997 means it was 2,997 years into the Great Rebuilding, or after the Great Rebuilding began. This is very, 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 very old ruins. These ruins are probably 100 to 200,000 years old. The Great Rebuilding was all the way back then.
I start to sweat. I want to be speechless as the realization of how old this all is, because I know
how old the chewing gum in your mouth is.
Yes,
This is such an adventure.
That is its own treasure, and I just stop mid-chew. Go, we must press on. We must think of the treasure, Captain. And I get real close and sweaty and just look in the captain's eyes and say, look at the treasure.
Start sweating.
Man, you're looking at this. You're looking at this exchange. What are you doing in the room?
I don't know, just picking stuff up and looking at it. Because it's like old, right? Like old people stuff.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's like a teacup or something.
There's a skeleton.
No.
No, you're just picking up chairs and shit and random stuff.
Just looking at stuff, yeah.
Okay.
Stupid human stuff.
Yeah. Mav?
Mav is heading towards the source of the light, which I imagine would be through a door. Is that correct?
You want to go out the hallway. The skeleton is sitting next to the hallway, so you pop over that and out into the hallway itself. The hallway leads out to a pile of rubble blocking the right side, and the left side of the hallway goes for several feet before ending in a massive hole leading out to the bay. There are slash marks and claw marks on these walls, as well as a few skeletons littering the ground who appear to have been torn apart. The other rooms are similar with littered skeletons and such, but it doesn't look like there's a lot of loot in there. But you do see a stairway, like in the middle of the hallway. It looks like it was a stairwell with like a metal door that has been torn well off its hinges, a very long time ago. And it's resting and it's almost become like part of the stone floor.
Mav pulls a Mav. Climbs up the side of the wall like the little horrible creature he is, and scurries in along the inside of the door frame to go through it.
Captain Scuttleshanks, what would you like to do?
I kind of just want to be on edge. I see that my crew is busying themselves. I am very tense. I have my sword drawn, but I'm enjoying this. It's been a while since I traveled with the crew beyond just my chickens.
Okay. Very well. As you walk, Scuttleshanks, because you have a good sense for this, you do notice that, like, under the skeleton, kind of in its hands, it does have a lockbox.
Does anybody else notice this?
Not really. Mav is more concerned with getting upstairs. Dandy is more concerned with the very first thing he sees, and Blibdoolpoolp is not concerned at all about anything at all, ever. So, but you have a good nose for treasure, and you know when to, you just have a good eye for shit like that.
Does it look like it's
not magically enchanted, no. Or magically trapped at all, but it is locked.
I'm just going to start working on it.
Okay, I want you to roll dexterity.
16 plus 18.
Nice.
18.
So the lockbox opens. Inside is what appears to be a perfectly preserved ham sandwich and a ham sandwich with cheese and white bread, an apple and a granola bar, and a small key card.
I want to pocket the key card and then hold the food items with my various hands.
Other hands, yeah, as you start walking. Dandy, you do see as Captain Scuttleshanks starts to leave the room, he does have more pristine food in his hands that he must have gotten from somewhere.
Right. So I'd like to rush up to him, still sweating, and just, can I smell it? This is intriguing.
You are sweating as he gets closer to you, asking to smell it. You can see that his human flesh skin starts to like melt, kind of, and you can see sort of like a greenish bluish kind of color underneath as he's just.
Mr. Daniel, have an apple for the scurvy.
I take it, stroke it, put it in my pocket.
Very
No, eat.
I slowly take it out and mush it into my face.
Okay.
Mavicus, you begin crawling up the stairwell. As you ascend the stairs, you can see the light coming from the very top of the stairwell. You can see light coming from another metal door. Blah, 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 blah. It looks as though many have tried to destroy this door with those same slash marks and like cuts and such across the stone, but weren't able to and simply gave up. You can tell that this door must be magically trapped or enchanted or protected somehow. There is what appears to be some like runes kind of glowing across it and a small key card on the right-hand side. Or
Okay.
chronometer, whatever.
Mav kind of grumbles to himself and scurries back towards where he saw them last. They're in the hallway now, right?
Yes.
He drops down from the ceiling and unstealths as he does that, so it just kind of pops back into existence.
Okay.
One of my guns goes off.
Watch it! Do any of you know anything about magic shit?
I do. What's up?
Alright, you're coming with me. And Mav doesn't even wait for a response, it just and it starts.
So you are led to the same thing that I said, this rune-encrusted door.
Open it. Wait. Mav's gonna roll the stealth again. And then he's gonna say from the shadows, open it.
So from the shadows, I look at the runes, and I want to say I've seen this before, but not this, pointing to the key card reader. Because I wouldn't know anything about electronics, right? Just the
No,
magic
I don't
part.
think so. Yeah,
Okay.
sort of.
So I'd like to decipher the runes on the doors, but knowing that I have no idea what this stuff is. So I don't think I'll be able to open any of this.
So as you work on the door, I'll let you just work on the door. That's fine with your ability to do so. It is complex. It will take you a little while.
Sure.
And as you are chipping away at it, Captain Scuttleshanks, you do see them messing around with the door up there at the top. Do you go to help? You and as you do, you weren't even done undoing those magical runes when suddenly they go away and the door goes like unlocks magnetically.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And you're able to go in. Dandy, do you open the door? As you were the closest?
Yes, I would be excited. I wouldn't
Okay.
care about anything else.
The moment you open the door, the light begins to retract across the floor, the walls, and further into the rooms, or into the room. As it glides back, the room becomes more visible. Beautiful carpeted floors, dark blue walls adorned with fine paintings, tables and chairs with fine cushions and pillows, an entire liquor cabinet stacked to the gills. A large oak desk sits at the other side of the room with a large window behind it, and a bald, well-dressed human man sitting at it holding a stopwatch. The man, or not a stopwatch, I'm sorry, a stamp in his hand. You can see that the man, on his bald head, he has denied stamped on his own forehead.
I thought you were going to say damaged.
No, in big red letters, denied, and that is what his stamp says. He looks at you, Dandy Dan, and the others coming in behind you, and he speaks. Oh, is it over? Are we safe then? Well, thank goodness, thank God for all of that. Oh, what an adventure, what a terrifying experience. I see you, sir, and these things behind you, maybe a truce of some kind, or are they your captives, or have you taken them prisoner?
Nobody's captive.
Holy fucking shit! That I did not expect to see. Oh no. Oh, no. Are you there, captive? Please tell me, sir. It's been so long since I've seen another human.
Calm down, friend.
Yes.
We are here to explore. We are adventurers. We are friends, all of us. And now you two are our friend. What is your name?
Friends, so it's over. This horrible travesty, this war is over.
I'm eating a sandwich in the doorway.
I'm sorry, sir. My name is Gerald Wanson of Wanson and Wanson Powder Company.
Powder Company.
We make the finest Johnson powders this side of the Kronos. And when everything started, when all that started, and he points out to the bay and kind of stops as he looks at it. It got a lot worse. But as that started, I had to hide myself in using my stamp of imprisonment, and thank God I was able to, unfortunately, imprison myself until I was rescued.
Stamp of imprisonment.
Yeah.
Well, friend,
imprisonment is an incredibly high level, like 9th level.
Okay, so this man is like
he's
got the power.
That's a very powerful. What did you say?
No, you just said it was powerful.
What?
I just said it's powerful.
He's a very powerful item in his hand.
Powderful.
Can I, while he is having this whole thing, and while I'm stealthed, try to roll sleight of hand to take it?
Take the
Yes,
step.
he has not seen you yet, I guess, because you crawled in like a skittery monster. Yes, so go ahead and roll sleight of hand.
19.
No, not with my 10. As he goes, I had to protect myself with my stamp of imprisonment. Well, no matter, I can buy another one with my incredible amount of money. That is, if Wanson and Wanson Powder Company is still out there. Tell me, sir. And he rushes over to you and grasps your shoulders.
The Johnsons, are they okay?
The Wanson Company, is it still around? We're still the finest powder company around, right?
Friend, I think a lot more is over than you think.
Please, no.
God, no.
Please, God, no. All right. Mav, you now have the stamp of imprisonment, by the way.
Thank you.
What are you going to do with it?
Why things worked, but you have the stamp of imprisonment. It has one more stamp in it.
Okay.
Available, and you can look up what the spell imprisonment does, and you can thank me later because that thing is dope. I don't know what's going on, but can you help me? Can you get me out of here?
I said we just put him back in.
I was going to say I look at the captain because that's not my decision to make.
Look, I can pay you. All of my money was in liquid assets that are now liquid, but I do have this. And he runs over to his desk and he opens up his desk and he takes out this bottle of like powder and he brings it over and he goes, "This is my finest Wanson and Wanson Johnson powder. It cools and refreshes you." And he offers it to you.
I want to take it, look at it, hand it to the captain in a way that it puffs out a little bit. Like just.
Hold on, Captain. You will have advantage on your next attack.
Nice.
That's what it does. It cools and refreshes you.
I'll take it and like quick puff under like all 5 arms and like just. He can come.
That's excellent. That is excellent. You will not regret bringing Gerald Wanson aboard your ship, sir. And as soon as you can get me to civilization and away from this hellscape, I would be much appreciated. Thank you.
You can be our accountant.
Okay, well that's insulting. I'm a CEO. I deserve a CEO role.
Your company no longer exists.
Captain, let him see the world for himself.
That's true. let his innocence be stripped from him by the world. Well, are we going then?
Yeah.
Do you know where we are?
What the hell is that? And how is it speaking? You, okay, I get, Bugman. But what the hell is that?
I'm Blip. I had to look it up. Blibdoolpoolp, but you can call me Blib.
How about I call you Poop?
No.
You weird freakish thing.
I want to seaweed wrap him.
A bunch of seaweed comes from Blibdoolpoolp's like around her back and her body and from her hands and starts wrapping around this man. And he just starts shrieking and
I want
screaming.
to start dragging him back to the boat.
As you drag him down the stairs.
Goddess, is he terribly important to you? Is he
Wait,
terribly important to you, your captive? Yeah.
No.
Because we're going to be tracking somebody of high importance down to us, and he's going to be giving away our position.
Well, you said he could come.
He could, but that was before he's just screaming.
I don't care about him. I just want to throw him into the woods like city.
Okay. I was going to put my gun against his head.
As you get down to like the ship is in view, he goes, oh, I see you were going to save me. And you just with
skips across the water.
She throws him as he and before we take our break, we do see soaring through the air wrapped in seaweed with the wind like you can see him as he flies towards the boiling water, and he goes, it was all worth it. As he hits the water and boils alive to death.
I was a good businessman.
I was a good boss. And then he splashes and dies. We will take our break there.
My God.
We will come back. Yes.
All right. Stretch my legs. Get some water.
Yes,
Cry.
Snacks. Get some snacks and water.
We'll be right back.
I have to pee, if you know what I mean.
Boils alive to death. Oh.
Where did Vinny go?
Bye, Vinny.
He's probably coming, baby.
He said he'll be back.
Vinny doesn't understand how this works.
He doesn't know how Zoom works. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are...
Well, wait.
Yes?
Vinny, did you see the Control DLC?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Okay, now you can go.
That was a good one. I totally forgot about it. Jeff, how fast did your heart beat when you watched that? Because I know you love Control. You love Alan Wake.
I've had the season pass vault since March because I knew it was coming eventually.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I don't think there's any game I think besides like Halo.
I don't like any game except
really
Alan Wake.
you know what I mean? Like Vinny, you and me get excited for a bunch of games.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? You like we go through them, but like Jeff's sort of like
It was fun. It was
there's
okay.
a few that he like lights up for, and that is definitely.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Those two games, so like they're smashed together. How can you hate it? All
Okay.
right. So, ladies and gentlemen,
Jacob Norris.
sailing away from those ruins. Good couple of hours as you start sailing before Captain Scuttleshanks. From the mist comes the shape of another ship, large and with cannons upon it. It fires a volley to show it means business. Prepare yourself, Captain Scuttleshanks, for some more pirates.
Is it
That's
a
their
ship
ship.
I recognize?
What?
Is it a ship I recognize?
Oh, that's fun.
Is
It's
it
definitely
infamous
not
or
finished.
one I know?
What?
One of the ones in my notes?
No.
Okay.
No.
But yeah, no, so further, is it one that I recognize?
Sure. Yes, you recognize this ship as a pirate you've had dealings with in the past. Some rough dealings, and for some reason they don't like you. Who is this pirate, and why don't they like you, Captain Scuttleshanks?
Stealing a name from Sweeney Todd. It's Benjamin Barker and his beatdown boys.
Benjamin Parker and his beatdown boys
Hell yeah.
are coming for you. And their flag, of course, says BBBB. Is their symbol is just a bunch of bees. But they're smashed together like that, not in a line. They're like all on top.
It's like a bee, what like just keeps inverting. Like,
Yeah, it looks ridiculous.
the hell is that?
And they fire a volley of upon your ship. So they, but it hits the water and falls short. But they are coming. Now you can, Captain Scuttleshanks, get into a firing war with them, as you normally do, because your crew are very like weak little chicken creatures, and he has the beatdown boys. But you don't have a weak crew anymore, so you could also attempt to board them.
I want you to know, "Come Sail Away" by Styx right now is playing.
Yes, as you play it over the loudspeaker, like you do.
I put one arm on Mav and another arm on like his hip. Where does your heart tell us to go?
Do I feel Calcina anywhere near that ship?
Not that ship. Past it. Continue.
We could like just
These
jump
are like
over
things
it.
along your journey. Oh, I'm sorry.
Just it's not quite there. We gotta get past it.
Let's rope a dope. Full steam ahead!
I don't know what that means.
Just as the
start
drum,
panicking.
the downbeat started.
The what?
the song picks up just as we speed past them.
So you're going past them?
Yes.
Okay. As you start charging them, yes?
As we are charging them.
Yeah, you're going to be going past them, but yes, they are ready. You can see that their pirates, or their beatdown boys, are getting up on ropes, ready to swing over to board you. Yes?
Can I make them? Can I raise the water with them, and then like create a wave going the opposite direction of us?
You want to basically, as you go this way, you want to make them go "Ah!" and ride a rogue wave.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's gonna be pretty hard because that's a lot of liquid. You get advantage. I want you to roll a d20 and add whatever you think you'd want to add: wisdom, intelligence, or charisma for it.
So GC wisdom.
Oh, is it wisdom? I did say wisdom. Okay, yeah. So you want me to roll for you?
No.
Okay. I have the dice roller right here, but okay.
So it's a 16 plus 5.
With advantage.
Or 2.
16 plus 5, yeah. So as you guys are going past the ship, you can see as some of the beatdown boys start swinging on their ropes, the whole ship gets lifted by the boiling blood, almost like a massive hand pushing it. And you can see Blibdoolpoolp just sort of like standing back here going...
Like the mummy.
Like the mummy? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, like the big fucking
Nice.
sandstorm. As she's just sort of waving her hand, a good couple of the beatdown boys have to leap, and they land on the ship in front of you, Dandy Dan and Mavakos. As they land on the ship, like, oh, and they look back and just see the ship go, and it crashes face first into the water, and it took on a whole bunch of blood as it starts to sort of really wobble, and it's not looking very good as some of the beatdown boys like, as they go to try and charge you.
They also sing like a barbershop quartet, so be prepared
Oh,
to
beautiful.
do that.
Of course.
Mavakos, there are a couple of these bad boys. What would you like to do?
On a ship?
Mm-hmm.
I
now they need to take down your ship in order to, because their other ship is gone.
I am going to. Okay, let's go over this because we were confused about it last time.
Yes.
I have 4 actions and a move. I have move, attack, bonus action, bonus action. What are bonus actions?
What a what?
What are bonus actions?
They're like tiny little things that you can do. Drinking a health potion is like a bonus action. Some spells and abilities say use a bonus action to, you know what I mean?
Okay,
There's
got
things that you can do that don't require a whole action because your action you want to save for combat.
Like anything that's not a named spell.
So, do we also run off of the idea if I do not move, can I attack twice?
Sure, fuck it. Why not?
No, it's up to you. It's just I don't know if that's like an official thing or just how it's always been homebrewed for us in the past with my other crew. Anyways,
Maybe
I
just
like
for
it.
this session at least.
I like it. Do it.
I am going to use my returning dagger to attack one of the boys.
Okay.
Let's see here. 220, 13 plus 14 is 27. Does that hit?
Yes, you don't get any stealth attack on this, though.
Hang on, I can't hear you. Are you...
It's probably us.
I can't
the
hear you.
microphone is not facing.
Someone else say something.
I didn't face it the right way. Is that better?
Oh, I can't hear you.
Can you
I
hear
think
me?
it's her internet.
Hello.
No, I got it. We're good. Okay,
You
sorry
good?
about that. Yes, does 27 hit?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Yes, but you do not get
but-
stealth
but-
attack.
That's fine. I don't think that was even going to be possible. The 3d6. Oh, that's one. 14, 15, 16, 17. What's 17 plus 8?
25.
25 damage to that one boy.
As he goes, ah! And he just sort of spits out a bunch of blood as he looks at you like, what? And he falls to his knees. Are you hitting him again? Did you hit him both
Is he dead?
He's dead. He's dying quickly.
No, so I throw the dagger at him, and then dagger returns in my hand, and then I'm going to throw the dagger at the next person.
It shoves into his chest. He falls. As soon as he hits his knees to the deck, the dagger disappears and reappears in your hand, and you throw it again at the next guy.
I'm guessing 18 plus 14 hits.
Yeah, you don't even have to roll damage for these.
Okay,
These
all right,
super
yeah.
dumb pirates. As you and because that you do crazy damage to that thing. As he goes and comes and rushes for Dandy Dan, you see as it hits him in the side of the head, and he across the bone deck. As it's just Dandy Dan. There are 2 more gentlemen in front of you. How do you like to handle this?
Let's see. Well, I would like to grab my swords and ready myself for attack. As I go to swing my sword at the first man, they're the same, they're just generic pirates, right? There's no obvious target. All right. I would like to yell, "Adventure!" as I swing my sword down upon him.
Very good. And tell me, what does that do for you?
I can instantly make any roll a critical as long as I yell "adventure" in your character's voice.
Nice.
How many times can you do it?
5 times.
5 times. So that's 1. Adventure. How do you destroy this man?
I'm assuming I always have is 2 swords my standard here?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I would like to just do sideways / opposite directions and have him sort of blood spurt out.
Oh no!
That is what I'm going
anime
for.
style.
Yes.
As he and he turns and the other guy goes as he's spinning it all over him, and then he turns back to you and then falls and dies. And the chickens come over and start beating him to death with their feet, just start kicking him a bunch of times and biting him. And the other man attacks you.
I would like to.
Yes.
I'm assuming he's also right there. He
Oh,
is
you
now
get,
charging me,
3
right?
attacks. Never mind.
Yeah, I do.
Go ahead and hit him.
So for this one, I would like to just stab him again. So let me roll this bad boy. Oh, that's not good.
Well, you are fighting one guy on his own. Now all of the other pirates are dead. So
Yes.
another thing applies.
Oh, a duel, you say?
A duel, you say.
Yes.
So only you and one other person is fighting. So you will have advantage on this roll and
Okay.
get a +5 to attack. And
Cool.
damage.
So then I can do that again. Not that
You're only
great.
fighting one person.
So we've rolled a 3 plus the 4, 7 plus the 5.
Okay.
Just whatever that is, 12 or something.
we're gonna for the sake of time, we're gonna say, how do you kill him? How do you kill this guy?
I just jab both of those swords, one right through his mouth and one through his heart.
As you rip it out, and he
then you prawn break him.
Oh my god.
and the chickens descend upon him. Well, there goes my pirates, you monster. All right. Well, there goes my pirates.
You're beat down, boys.
Vinny, how are you doing on time? You got 20 more minutes?
No, I've got 10 at this point.
10?
10.
Okay.
Do with me what you will.
Vinny, tell him, Danny Adventure guys, your plan for the enemy ship.
Oh, well, the enemy ship is gone.
Is it? Or is it just taking on water?
It's super not looking. You know what? See, how bad is it?
Because I was going to say,
You know what? They didn't
What?
completely sink. I picked it up and put it down. So I did roll a 19 on the captain's ability to try to save the ship and the crew. And so
There's
they
hope in
are-
their eyes.
They
So-
might not be coming after you.
okay.
But yes, what would you like to do?
So if it is sinking but slowly, I see this as an opportunity for adventure, a once in a lifetime adventure. This ship,
Never
Sure.
have you ridden a ship sinking into
Sinking.
boiling blood before.
I have never imagined the treasures and the stories. I look to the captain and I nod, and almost in like a way to request a rope from his ship so that I may swing onto the enemy ship.
I whistle so one of the chickens deploy and give him his rope.
And it swings down and gives you a chain. Or
That's not a whistle, but
I would love to use that chain to try and make my way to the enemy ship.
Now, tell me, do you want to instantly make this?
I want to have to roll for it.
You want to have to roll because you could scream adventure.
Oh shoot, I could. I
And
do
it
want to
does seem
scream.
like an appropriate.
I do
time
want to scream adventure
as you adventure across, and you see as Dandy Dan, the adventure man, jumps onto that enemy pirate ship. It did look like it was taking on water. It did look like it may sink. It may not. Probably gonna sink. and the beat 'em up boys are probably gonna kill him. But as he lands on that ship, you hear the clanging of swords, and you hear one more adventure as this ship disappears into the mist. Dandy Dan, the adventure man. What happened to him on that ship? What happened to him in the Boiling Blood Bay? We may never know. Or perhaps it is a story or an adventure for another day. Vincent, thank you for playing with us.
Oh, thank you guys. This
Thank
was
you for
great.
joining us.
Thank
I'm
you
sorry
for
you have to
joining
leave
us,
early.
Vinny.
Next
I know.
time we'll definitely make sure we get you for the whole one. But I'm
Oh, that
glad you
sounds
guys.
good.
we'll start
Yeah, me
early
too.
in the afternoon or something.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. All right. Well, you guys adventure on. I will
Dandy
talk to you all
Dan,
soon.
the adventure man.
See you, man.
Bye.
See you, Vinny.
All right.
So,
So
his plan, I was texting him. He was going to kamikaze and blow up the other ship. But I guess we never picked up the explosives. And stuff,
well, we
so-
didn't expect,
You gave it to me.
I did give you that. I expected you to like pull up water balls and throw them at people, or like splash someone with it. But you were like, "Oh, just flip the whole shit." So, the fuck is that noise?
There was a really low airplane earlier, so maybe.
It's coming back.
You guys live near base?
Hi, buddy. You hear that weird noise? All right. So, can you get out from under the? Please get out from under the desk. Stop crawling under there.
Come here.
You're not allowed under there.
Come
You. Can you move?
Come here.
He does this on purpose. I swear to God.
Come here.
See how he shoves his butt right where you know you can't pull him anymore?
You're so fat.
They're not fucking stupid. These animals are smart. They do this shit on purpose.
Come on.
He's looking at me. So you guys see as Dandy Dan the Adventure Man
Sails off.
travels off. Who he was, what he was. Have to be a story for another day. Now, all of you continue to travel
No.
onward. After watching that, I assume none of you care too much.
Single tears, and then that's it.
Mhm.
He was an adventurer.
Mav just says, "What a dumb fucker."
Also, yes.
So as you guys travel, you travel for a few more hours until you reach what looks like a long row of mountains. Goes on for miles to the right, miles to the left, jutting out of the boiling sea. Dead center of those mountains is a large tunnel carved into them. On either sides, almost like a runway kind of, leading up to this tunnel, there are these metal poles sticking out of the boiling sea, almost like well, they're sticking out and they kind of like an L arch this way, and there's dim light coming from them. Your heart says that way through the tunnel.
I relay this to Captain.
Captain, you can, if you wish. There is another jagged path through the mountains that you know of that you can take. You have not taken this tunnel before. You have not seen this tunnel before. It's up to you. Her heart is telling her through the tunnel, but I'm telling you that you have two options.
I'm gonna flip a coin.
The what?
I'm gonna flip a coin. Well, I'm in character. He says that he
Okay.
does this.
Okay.
We're gonna follow your heart.
The tunnel it is. Okay, so as you enter the tunnel, these dim lights kind of going over you until you enter it. The tunnel is dark, but you have lanterns aboard your ship, and some of you can just see in the dark. Bodies hang from the ceiling, skeletons long since dead, and some fresher fiends or mortals. As you make your way through the blood, it is silent. Silent in here, except for the crunching of my dog chewing on his bone. It's silent as you make your way through. You can hear thump of your ship running things over, hitting things, knocking things out of its way. You see what appears to be some sort of structure, and you steer clear of it just in time, Scuttleshanks. As you see it go by, it looks like it's a bunch of vehicles, it's cars, piled up on top of each other, reaching out the water, the blood. As you continue, I know it's so loud. As you continue, you see on your right, oddly enough, completely metal, as if perhaps it once had paint on it, stripped completely. Of a massive ice cream cone, just sitting there in the water, not floating. It's just stationary, not standing up, just kind of on its side, sort of like that. As you go past it, thump, thump, thump.
Mamakos.
The grinding of metal.
Do you see that?
I wonder if there was an ice cream shop.
Both our eyes light up at the prospect.
You continue, and as your lanterns shine upon what looks like a giant clown's face sticking out of the water, again completely metal, and just bizarre. Above the clown reads a sign, Bozo, it says, as you go past. And eventually...
I'm going to say, normally Mav has no idea what things are topside, but he knows absolutely what clowns are because they had them in hell.
They definitely... There is... I love this idea. I am going to make sure that one of the devils of hell is, like one of the archdukes, is absolutely a clown. And that does make a lot of sense. Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, there'd be like not a circle of hell, but it's like there's a non-zero amount of people
a
who have
phobia
died thinking that these things are awful.
That should be like another race of devil or something in hell.
Exactly.
Different kinds
The
of
clown
clowns.
lord.
We should make that. Oh boy. I think
Yes, sorry, please continue.
Anyway. The tunnel finally comes to an end, but not to an opening. To a massive wall.
Good God.
Nope, a wall's not the right word. It's flesh. A wall of meat, but with skin. And as you look upon it, you see that it is a massive face melded to the sides of the tunnel like it is now part of it. The flesh looks scarred and wounded, some small swords and spears jammed into it, bullet wounds and marks from bombs. But all the scars, healed over the wounds, healed over the weapons, sticking them in there. The eyes of this massive face slowly open, and it looks upon you. The eyes are intelligent, calm, and sorrowful, They fall upon you and the face speaks.
You wish for passage? Passage only given to those that satisfy my needs.
What do you need?
As you speak to it, its eyes light up and looks to you, as you didn't simply attack it or demand something.
I yearn to feel the feeling of joy again. I have been a beast of sorrow for so long in this hellish waste of fiends and greedy mortals. If you wish to pass, you will give me the gift of joy.
I lean over to the captain. You know any jokes?
1 second. I do.
Hi, buddy. Hey, what's he doing?
He's hit Captain.
He's being a butt.
Mm-hmm.
He's being a little butthole. Why don't you go chew on that bone more?
Okay. You want to know joy?
Yes, so very badly have I missed its kiss.
How did the pirate get his ship so cheaply?
By stealing it?
I raise all my arms up. He got it on sale.
I want you to roll charisma with disadvantage.
Good one.
Oh boy. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to be getting 3.
He looks at you.
Oh no. Oh no.
I don't want to hear of
Pirates! And the whole tunnel shakes and you see dust coming from the ceiling.
I have had enough of pirate.
I look at Mav. That's
Hey,
literally all I got.
I wanna. Hold on. Oh, I lost my thing.
I think it was.
Dice roller. I'm gonna summon two Koatoa next to him.
That's
Oh, well, okay, so word of, just so you know, he's in the blood pool. The blood water just isn't killing him, but he's taking up the entirety of your path to the tunnel.
Then
Just
on the ship where you can see him. Dance.
Yes, yes, goddess, yes.
Dance for me, dance for me.
The goddess has chosen us, transported her to her wonderful palace. Is this your dad?
And one of them points to the...
Goddess, how is my dancing?
How is his dancing?
It's all right.
Take it or leave it.
No. I'm asking the schmooge in the water.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Mav, thinking that maybe he likes slapstick, goes over and grabs one of the little chicken fuckers by the legs, goes over to one of the dancing fish people and just smacks him upside the head with one of the chicken guys.
You whack him and he goes overboard, falling into the blood. And he goes,
I don't like violence. Now I'm sad again.
Okay, we're going about this the wrong way. He drops the chicken thing. And he kind of does that little meditative, quote-unquote, sit crouch next to the face. He goes, when was the last time you were happy?
If this doesn't work, I got more pirate puns.
No. Before I became a before I became a head in a tunnel, I was happy. I once walked the cosmos. I once walked with my fellow gods, glorious
Just
and
a head?
eternal.
Well, listen.
There's probably
I've
like
got-
some more under there, but yeah.
I got a proposition for you, bud. I've got a friend who could probably restore you to that level of godhood. He's got some weird fucking magic powers. I could give you joy, but you gotta let us through first. Because I can't get to him until I get through you.
No joy, no deal.
I can't do it right now. You would rather have the possibility of never being joyous for the rest of your fucking life. You would be willing to give up on that. Should I roll charisma?
Roll charisma.
You
Sure.
think it'll be fucking-
I don't think it's Matt's strong suit, but
No. Would it be persuasion? Or would it be charisma?
persuasion.
Persuasion, I got a 20.
Oh, okay.
I got a plus 11 on my persuasion and I rolled a 9.
Well, if you can't give me true joy, but I can't let you through until you give me something. There is something in this tunnel that might make me happy.
Okay. What do you see? I've got hands for you, buddy. What do you want?
Well,
Me too.
He's got a lot of hands.
I like ice cream,
Man of good taste.
and
Mav.
I like clowns.
Okay. Mav is going to yeet himself off of the boat and over towards the ice cream thing. If I need to roll acrobatics, then I can.
You will roll acrobatics.
You just threw yourself into the boiling sea.
No, there's
Maybe.
like bits hanging out, remember?
Yeah.
There's like stuff. 14
There
plus
is.
17.
Okay.
What?
14 plus 17. I
Okay.
don't even know what that is.
I forgot you're broken to shit
You-
like my brother.
I
haul
hit
ass
back the
dump.
fuck out of him.
And you swing across one of the ropes and like do like a fucking flip or something, and then like land 3-point landing on top, like Spider-Man on top of the ice cream thing. And the face goes, cool, as you land on it. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna look around to see if there's any ice cream left in the structure that I can access that's not underwater.
So this has like a hatch that you can open. I don't know why, but it does. The
Okay.
ice cream has a hatch. So you pop it open, and there's like a whole room down there. It's like a small opening that you like climb down a ladder, and then there's like a whole room. So you get down there, and it's like a small box room, maybe like 6 feet by 5, 6 feet by 6 feet, maybe 9 feet by 6 feet. And you're kind of standing in it like, what? And there's these large metal boxes. There appears to be like a smaller compartment, and you realize it's like to operate a vehicle. You're in a vehicle right now, and you can see that there is a skeleton sitting there, but this whole thing is completely encased, and the blood isn't in it. But it does look like there's 2 doors right there. Where those might lead, you don't know. And there are windows that have long since been like completely caked with, the waters around it, the blood. Yes?
Can I roll to see if it's trapped? I don't know what you want me to roll for that. But
Roll to see what?
if it's trapped.
Yeah, investigation.
Investigation. Yeah. 5.
Nope, everything's good. No
All right.
traps here. But there are large metal like coolers that might have ice cream.
Okay. I shimmy my way down in there to where the skeleton is.
Okay, you get into where the skeleton is. You can see that there's one skeleton that's standing like where the operation for the vehicle is. But you can see his head is like crushed into the steering wheel, and it looks like it broke his skull, and that's how he died. And then there is, I would say, probably another skeleton actually in the main cabin, like in the main room, who looked like he was slammed against the metal part, and there's like dried blood where after he slammed his head.
So, am I understanding this right, that the whole thing is actually submerged? So if I tried to drive it out, nothing would happen because I'm in water, quote unquote?
Yeah.
I'm in a liquid? Okay.
Mhm.
I go back to one of the boxes. Do they have any labels on them? Like what the flavors might be?
Long since worn
Long
off.
since-
Yeah.
I pick one at random and open it.
Okay. You open it, and there's still ice in there. And you're like, what? Like, how is there still ice in here? And you touch it, and it's ice that just has never, ever melted. Now, it's not magically enchanted, the box. So this ice, for whatever reason, just never melted. But you roll nature. Can you make a nature roll for me, actually?
I can. I can't promise it'll be anything.
I doubt you will.
I can take a screenshot. It's a nat 20, and I don't add anything.
That's awesome. You have heard in your travels, even though you don't live up here, of actually, because from the different level of hell, there is something called true ice or great ice, and it is ice that never melts. It is just ice that doesn't melt normally. And so they used it to pack this ice cream truck in order to keep the ice cream cold forever. And so
ice kicks ass.
you look in, and it looks like there's just some chocolate ice cream in there.
Do I see like a quart or something like those big Rita?
Yep, it's in those big. Yeah, it's like in those
Okay.
big tubs. Yep.
I holler out to the top. Do you have a favorite flavor?
Strawberry.
I'm gonna keep opening them until I can find a strawberry one.
You open up vanilla. You open up mint chocolate chip. You open it up strawberry, but there's only like this much left.
How about I give you a disc special with strawberry?
Ooh, that sounds fun.
I'm about to call him Maddox. My brain isn't working. Mav, he takes some of the strawberry. You said you found some vanilla, right?
Are you
takes
just
some
using
of
your
that.
hands?
Yeah, he just waters down the strawberry with some of the vanilla. Are there any like sprinkles and shit in the
Yeah, tons of
thing?
random dumb shit. Yeah.
He like dips it into like gummy worms and sprinkles just anything that's gonna rot your teeth. Because
Yep.
anything that looks good to him, honestly, is what the disc special is. And he clambers his way out with the little ice cream and
You are
leaps back
standing.
over.
You are standing on the ice cream. There's no way you're going to be able to leap back on the ship. Scuttleshanks, how do you get Mav back on your ship across the boiling blood?
Do I have any like harpoon guns?
Yeah, sure. You do have a harpoon gun. You bet.
I want to shoot at the ice cream thing.
All right, roll a d20.
Here we go. 17.
All right, fine. It goes boom into the ice cream right like under your feet, Mav, into the big ice cream metal thing. And as you get on the, I guess, to like tightrope walk back.
Yeah, of course.
With your ice cream, you can see that something is moving in the blood. And you're like, and you hurry back across as there's sort of splashing sounds. So whatever can live in there must be hardy as fuck. So you get across and back onto your ship, and do you give what do you do? Like throw it at him, like into his mouth?
Is Blib a normal human size right now, or is she
Yeah.
20 feet?
Well, she's like 9 feet.
9 feet. Could you bigify yourself enough just to feed this to him? Because I don't imagine he's got like a lizard tongue.
Yeah, sure. Is it like this big though? You know what I mean?
To him, yeah.
To him, it's very small. It's gonna be like 2 nice little bites.
I want
but-
to take you to my pincers.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You grow larger as he, and he sticks out his tongue, and you,
Ah.
and the ice cream goes onto his tongue, and he. Wow.
I know joy.
Why did you steal my line? I know joy again. Oh, thank you, travelers. You may pass and know that for giving me this wonderful brief reprieve from my endless agony, I give unto you a gift. And his mouth opens. His bottom jaw dips below the water, below the blood, to allow you passage. You can see straight through his mouth, just to the other side. Like there is no throat, there is no whatever. It's just the other side of the tunnel.
I guess we do that, right?
As you guys Scuttleshanks, do you sail through this thing's mouth? Okay. Following her heart, or his heart. As you sail through the mouth, you go through and you reach the other side. Mavakos.
Yes.
You acquire, falling from the darkness of the inside of his mouth, I guess, boop, in your hand is a charm. It is like, you look at it and you're like, huh, that's odd looking. And then you look back as you guys have exited his mouth. You look back and you're looking at the face again. And you look at this charm. It's like this metal sort of just charm that he gave you, and it's two faces looking opposite directions, melded in the middle of the head. And you have a charm of Janos.
You better be holding on to all these items. My character's not lasting.
I have what they do. I know what they do. So this one allows you, you can expend a charge to cast Dimension Door just without any spell slots for 3 times. So
it's a personal favorite of mine.
Yep, that's useful.
Me.
And
not the captain.
All right, so I've got that and the bindy stamp, the decline stamp.
Yep. Declined, yeah. Denied. Yeah. And you guys make your way until you exit the tunnel. Onward you sail for hours. Another ship does come towards you on the horizon, but it does not attack, it does not move. It is not Calcina, but it is empty, completely vacant of people, just floating there. Would you like to investigate it? You do not have to, but...
That's bait.
I'm inclined to agree.
So you continue on your way?
Yep.
We have to find the stretch.
As you continue on your way, Blip, you look back because something about that ship didn't quite feel right. You look at it and you see the ship sailing, and then you can see like the ship itself, like, and like teeth grow out of it, and then it goes back into the water and pops up in another part. It's a different ship. Like it looks different.
Like a weird anglerfish bullshit.
It was a giant ship mimic. Yep, that was a mimic.
Yeah,
it was pretending to be a ship to get you on board. You lucky bastards. All right. Now then, Captain Scuttleshanks. Let's see, what time is it? 7:02? When did we start?
4.
Ugh.
Captain Scuttleshanks. Continuing on the path that you will, you begin to see broken and burning ships drifting in the boil. You smell smoke, and you hear the sounds of a mighty engine. A massive silhouette on the horizon is moving swiftly, but just sort of across the horizon, not towards you, as if to leave this area. Amidst its dark form, you can see fires burning and smoke billowing from it. You have a good feeling that that is the ship, the Seesaw.
The Seesaw?
The Seesaw. You can alter course. It will take you off course of the heart for a little while, but you will avoid the ship. Or you can try to interact with it. You know the Seesaw's reputation in its entirety. But whether you'd want to risk an interaction, it might not end in violence, but it very well may.
I think we should alter course.
Okay. So Captain Scuttleshanks starts steering the ship, Mav, away from that.
You know that thing?
Aye, it's the most dangerous ship in this sanguine cesspool. Where is it? Seesaw is a Tyrannum ship and crewed by a cursed crew. If they see you, it's already too late. No one has ever fought them and lived. They've been known to trade with others and first as long as they aren't a threat. I think we would put up a threat.
That's fair.
Okay. You let
Let's avoid them.
the dark kind of fiery silhouette move on its way. You guys continue. Captain Scuttleshanks, you do know that you are nearing, you've seen these waters before. You're nearing the hellhole. As you continue, you're heading right towards it, actually. Calcina may be there. But if she is, that's a dangerous place to be, but good a place as any to fight, as it's got a giant, horrible whirlpool.
I'm excited to go there, so
Okay.
I'll tell Mav this warning. Are you familiar with... This is going to come across to you as funny, but this is just common to us. The hellhole.
I mean, I'm from one.
Yeah. Did you just eat?
It's a huge whirlpool, blah, blah, blah. And there's a floating island above it with a portal.
Okay, where does the portal go?
I couldn't tell you. People say
Maybe.
hell or the Underdark or somewhere else.
All right.
It's demon country.
Well, I'm sure we can handle ourselves. Oh, I don't know about you. I know but that's really all that's important. Don't worry about it.
Your heart is beating faster, Mav.
I don't like this.
Upon the horizon, what rises first to meet you is the massive black sun. You can see it. The only hint of stars or sun that you've seen this entire time, this black roiling sun. Below it, dwarfed by it, is this massive island. This huge sort of, it's almost like shaped, kind of like goes from a peak down at the bottom, plateaus out, and then rises up to peaks at the top like mountains. And below it is a gargantuan whirlpool, big enough to swallow a city block, huge, surrounding the entire island, big enough that the island could drop into it. This monstrous whirlpool. And dangerously near the whirlpool, you see a cluster of ships. One large one in the center and others. Captain Scuttleshanks, she has been collecting people. She has been raising in her notoriety and her power. And she hasn't even been here for more than like a couple months. So that's annoying. She already has several ships around her. You count 10 of them.
Oh my god.
Her ship, closest to you. Now, how would you plan to approach? All out war, full charge, or?
I don't think we
Right.
could survive that. Wait, what was which type of door spell did you have? Dimension door?
Dimension door.
I mean, it's 10 ships to 1, right?
Yep.
We could do... Oh, I don't like that idea just as I was about to say it. I was going to say, I don't know your relationship with her, but we could do you offering me up as someone you found trying to find her as a hostage to kill her. But my damage would be better if I was unseen. So maybe, what beef do you have with her? What's your beef?
I have no beef. She has something I want. The map of Boiling Blood Bay.
Oh, wow. Do you know, because I haven't seen her in a long ass time, of anything that she would, you know what? Do you think you could get a trade meeting going? I could hide in a barrel. I'll give you something that I have that will mean something to her.
Parlay.
Just so that we could get close enough so that I could try to fucking kill her.
Why do you want to kill her?
I've got my reasons.
Goddess, why are you here?
I just needed a ride out of there. I'm waiting for us to hit land somewhere and get out of these stupid blood water.
Okay.
I can be summoned in. I can't summon myself out. It's stupid.
How about we try to drive by, hit them hard, take what's ours, and escape in the hole?
I'm sorry, repeat that. I was looking at lore.
We drive by, hit them hard, take what's ours, and escape into the hole.
But we don't know where the hole spits out. Are you saying the whirlpool hole or the up
yeah,
hole?
my question also.
Um,
Because that's two different places you can go. You can go into the whirlpool, or you can go. You have to get to the flying island and then scale the mountains to that.
the whirlpool is to the abyss. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't want to go there.
We might go
demon
through
country.
We might do the Underdark though, so that'd be.
It might also be Underdark, maybe.
It just goes somewhere. We don't know where.
Well, it definitely ends at the abyss. But are there things along the way? Maybe. Maybe.
Point being, they won't follow us, and I'm more than willing to get you two out of here, but I need to return back to Boiling Bay. Goddess, can you make a wave large enough for us to reach the floating island?
Of course I can.
We want to just get...
Don't challenge my abilities.
Okay. Well, that's
I think
actually my job.
She says to the ether.
I think Astrid has given
To her
herself a
boyfriend.
complex that's boiling over
It's
into other
oh no, I don't want to be dating a fish prawn finger. Oh no.
A reverse mermaid.
Reverse lobster mermaid.
What if we get a wall of momentum behind us and smash and grab as we go past Calcina, and then we go up to the island?
Okay. Question to the DM about Mav's knowledge about Calcina.
Okay.
Do I know what style of fighting she prefers?
So she will just straight up fight you.
She's got
but
no
she has a
magic
little-
shit that I know about.
She has a lot of magic though. But she
That's
will
a lot
face
of
you in a fight, but she's got a lot of magic. I'm pulling up her character sheet now. I should have had it already out, but let me pull it up. Calcina, okay. Yeah, so she's heavy magic, but she will scrap with you. But that, I would say, if you have somebody who's good at beating ass in her face, it will give her some issue.
Because
But you just lost probably the best fighter. Well,
Yeah.
second best.
Excuse
Yeah,
me.
she's pretty. She can fucking she can hit pretty hard.
so in character, out of character, I'm a little concerned about literally doing what you're saying, because in my mind I'm thinking ship. We're gonna have to hop over, get all the stuff within to get back onto our ship that hopefully is gonna hit this thing that's not even possible, right? Could possibly not be possible.
Getting up to that island with your wave, first of all, that's a very hard roll because that's a lot of blood you're pushing, and it's not actually water, so it's already harder.
It's liquid. You said liquid.
Yeah, you can control it. You can do it, but you probably can't do it that high. You would have to roll extremely well. And you would be at disadvantage, I think, just because I think that's crazy hard. That thing is really high up in the air. But if you're able to do it and get up there to that hellhole teleports you to...
Most likely.
No, most likely.
Oh, I don't want to go there.
Right. And there are lots of different levels of hell, and Mav isn't super welcomed anymore in hell.
He's not supposed to be there.
We can
Out
try
of character.
the Underdark.
Not to be a... You're not Esther right now. Why would you want to get
Jeff likes the Underdark.
out of character, not to be a Debbie Downer, but I'm kind of antsy, so I don't feel like my brain is working at 100% power either. Like, you're saying things, but it's not hitting. It's not making sense to me.
Do you want me to help you out?
Maybe.
Okay.
And maybe I'll just take a little bit of a walk. I know that sounds horrible, but let me work some of this energy out, and then I can come back. But because what Jeff is saying in my mind is we're here.
Yep.
Alcina's boat's here.
Yep.
I'll do this a little bit lower so it's in camera. Hellhole's up here.
Yep.
Before we even hit Alcina's boat, wave, yeet ourselves onto the ship, yeet ourselves back onto the ship, ride the rest of the wave, and go up.
Yes.
Mechanically, that means that we will probably have some kind of time limit to and I don't know if it's going to be possible realistically.
It is possible. It's just not probable. But I do like the idea, and if you guys are all behind it, I will definitely be more lenient towards how difficult mechanically it should be. Do you all really want to do that? Because I'm down.
I have no other option because we are outnumbered 10-1.
Okay.
I am inclined to say that because I also think the only other option of me trying to be stealthy about it, stealthier than I'm going to be able to do with this, wouldn't be probable either. It's one of those cases where I don't think we have any good solid answers on this, so we're going to have to go with something.
It's a tough spot, yeah. Okay.
I want to command all my chickens to hold onto the deck with their feet.
All right, then, because you guys want it, and you want it hard, who am I to deny you? You will get advantage on the roll.
Cool.
Okay.
We're not going to break 11.
Let me know. You want me to roll?
Yeah.
Is 11 the...
I'm just saying, we're not even going to get into the double digits.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Really?
Not total. Don't look at the total. Look at the...
Well, you had advantage.
Yeah, I rolled twice. These are my 2 20s.
Okay, so that, and then what is your wisdom?
I think it's +5.
Is it +5 or is it +4? Because that will make or break it. If it's +5, you did it. If it's +4, you did not do it. Let me see.
You made the sheet. Right. It's a 5.
I made them all very fast, and I don't remember.
I
made this whole adventure and all of your character sheets in like one day, so forgive me. So, what does this look like? And did you need to go take a walk, Talia?
Yeah, give me just 2 seconds to
go.
Run around the house. I'll be right back.
Go do some push-ups.
Yep.
Go fight Maddox.
Oh.
So what does this look like?
I mean, it's we're riding a wave. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So
does she chant, or does she just go?
Yeah.
So she just sort of lazily.
I'm channeling Mermista. So.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay. So you just lazily raise a lobster claw, and you're like, all right. And the one Kuatoa that's still alive, by the way, on the ship, is like, I am witnessing my goddess in action! Ah! He's slapping his little fins against his chest, and his head explodes. What?
His head exploded.
That's because Jeff shot him. Stop looking at other puppies. We already have a puppy. The ship rises on the wave, powering towards Calcina's ship.
Shit, it's gonna happen.
You can see the other ships start mobilizing. You can see people start moving and sails raise as you just... What she was doing here, you don't entirely know, but as you start blasting towards her, you are all going to have to... I don't even know how you're going to do this. So the way I'm seeing it is big wave gets you here very fast. You get on the ship, and then another big wave will push you up. Does that make sense?
You want me to roll again?
No, I'll use your same roll. You did it. But it's their job to get on that ship and get the map and Calcina.
Yeah, because I'm not. I'm riding the ship.
You don't want to fight also? You don't have to.
No, I'll just throw some things on there.
I love it. So, Captain Scuttleshanks, your ship is hauling ass and lands boom, directly next to Calcina's ship. The blood water pushing other ships out of the way, and Calcina's tipping terribly. How do you get on her ship?
I guess how Danny Adventure Man.
Okay. Do you bring your chickens with you?
Some of them, yes.
Okay. Some of the chickens start throwing chains with hooks that attach to the ship so that you are locked to her ship for now, and you guys start boarding as you start swinging across and landing on the deck of her ship. Captain Scuttleshanks, don't worry, first it's going to be you. Captain Scuttleshanks, you're the first one on the ship. You land. You don't see Calcina, but you sure do see a whole lot of bad boy pirates. What is the first thing you can think to do?
I swab the deck and spin wildly with all of my swords in hand, moving in a straight line and hitting all the targets within reach.
So your movement, I think, as a Durgaloth is like, I think it's 30 or 40 feet. I can't remember if you move faster. It's 40?
I don't know.
Fuck it. We'll say it's 40. We'll say you can get most of the way across this ship, and you're just like... So
swabbing the deck.
You're swabbing the deck. So what is the damage for this?
So this is going to be 3d12 plus 3. So that's going to be...
Yeah, let's see how badass.
3d12 plus 3? Oh my goodness.
That's 1 is 11. The other is 10.
This one's gonna be like 2. 8.
So that's 29.
Nice.
That's 32 damage.
So, Matt, before you even get onto the other ship, before you even get on Calcina's, you see Captain Scuttleshanks, who has been relatively, though he's been loud, he's been relatively held back through this adventure. Now you see him in pirate mode because you are boarding another ship, and he does not fucking play around as he swings from a chain off of his bone ship onto Calcina's bone ship, lands on the deck. What does this look like, Captain Scuttleshanks?
He lands kind of in a 3-point stance, and then all his arms pull out swords, and he just starts spinning from one enemy to the next with just a whirling dervish of fists and elbows and blades.
It's just, and you see blood spray, sparks fly from them trying to block or hit his swords. He cuts one of their swords in half, and the guy's head with it. He destroys a whole shit ton of her fucking pirates.
A shit ton.
Fiends and mortals alike, these hell scum and lesser devils, bearded devils, horned devils, are getting just torn the fuck up as Captain Scuttleshanks is just not fucking around. After you lay waste to them, Captain Scuttleshanks, Mav, you do see what looks like there is a gunman on the crow's nest aiming down at him with a long rifle, and you do see several more men running towards him. And as you see these two things happening from the below deck, you do see Calcina coming up in pirate regalia.
All right, I'm gonna pitch this to you, and you can tell me no. can I use the chaos that's happening right now
Yes.
as a way to say that I'm quote unquote hiding, whereas the hide would actually be them being distracted with other things?
Sure, we could say you're like up in the crow's nest of Captain Scuttleshanks'
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
You
a
can-
lot of
you can be-
alliteration in this.
You can be
game.
hidden, essentially.
Yeah, so I'm gonna roll for that, just for fairness'
Yeah, roll
sake,
stealth,
because
yeah, to see. Because you could always fuck it up, and that's fun.
I could always fuck it up. 27. I did not fuck it up.
Okay, you're very hidden.
I
As far as
am.
Calcina knows, she's just being attacked by another pirate of the boil.
Do you think I'm close enough to throw my dagger through the sniper's head, or would I have to like
Yeah.
try to acrobatics my way over? Okay, so
The
I'm gonna
sniper,
try.
I don't think anybody on deck, but the sniper you can.
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna try to. Haha, snipe the sniper. Sniper, no sniping.
His eye disappears.
20, not nat to hit. Does that hit?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't have you.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I don't
you
have
got
you
You got him.
minimized or anything while I'm doing this.
Do it.
6 plus
Well, you have stealth,
4 is
right?
10.
You have stealth
Plus,
damage.
oh shit, you're right.
He's done. He's done.
Okay.
He's dead. You, and he leans forward and just falls like down and hits the deck of the
Okay.
ship.
Can I also use my movement to get onto the other ship?
Yeah, to swing across onto her ship.
Yeah.
You sure can.
All right.
And you do so.
Okay. That should
You
be
want
all
to
the
get onto
things that I
their
can
crow's
remember.
nest?
No, because I think that would be too obvious. If the sniper just fell from there, they're going to look up and try to see what happened.
Yeah.
And if he fell and he's got nothing in him, then that's even more confusing. So.
Where do you want to land? Near Scuttleshanks to defend him, on the group of men heading towards him, on Calcina herself, like next to her in fighting range of her, or like a little further away?
I'm going to say Mav is seeing red, so closer to Calcina if possible. Like, not literally on top of her, but like you said, within fighting range.
After you kill the sniper and you get the rope ready, you do see Calcina pull from her belt a bizarre looking sword, and a very recognizable sword. It is like bone and silver coiled together in this beautiful spear-like rapier that ends at a deadly point. And you can see her raise it up. You have seen it all the time hung above your mother's mantle as you grew up. And now it's in the hands of this asshole who tricked you. So, you're going straight for her?
Yes, that's the plan. But like I said, that's the end of my turn.
Are you staying hidden?
Yes.
Oh,
I would
fucking!
like to.
So as she rises up, and you see like her in all this badass sort of glory, you see, and lands like right behind her silently. You're fucking mohawk and just like pissed off as she doesn't even see you. There are lots of other ships coming.
My God, are they coming?
Would you like to do anything, or would you like to get on that ship with them, or would you like to try to fight off the 5 ships that are heading towards you?
Am I still moving on the wave?
No, so the wave pushed you guys to Calcina's, and then I'm going to use that same roll to when you guys are ready, you get on the ship and push you
well,
up.
since I'm not doing anything, can I like encircle us and hold that so that we are surrounded by
A wall of
circle
water?
wall
Oh,
of
that's
blood?
fucking... You make your own, like, reverse whirlpool, essentially. You're making, like, a swirling, massive wall of blood. Roll. I love that. That's fucking awesome. Oh, so epic. This turn's so fucking epic. I love it. Oh, I wish we could do music. Damn it.
Damn it, indeed.
9.
Do advantage.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's even worse. So you go, and you go to do it, but instead you just make sort of like, it's there. It's not a massive wall of water, but it is like jetty
I'm
kind
working
of
up
water.
to it.
It's like fast moving water that the ships will like have trouble getting through.
I'll try
And
again next turn.
Yeah, you're holding them off for like a little bit, but they're not. They can still fire at you.
It's a lot of water.
It
takes
is a lot of
time,
water.
all right?
And they start shooting at you. What's
Not
your
that much
XP?
water.
How dare they? I'm gonna get real big. No, I'm not.
That's awesome. I love it. You sure you don't want to get real big?
All right, I'll get in the water, get real big, and I'll just start like throwing them. I know I'll take damage, but
You just want to start smashing ships with your fucking claw hands?
yeah, how dare they try?
Oh, that's
to shoot
fucking
me.
dope. So all right. So well, they're gonna still hit you. What's your AC?
17.
Okay, that one doesn't hit. That one, the same fucking roll doesn't hit. Okay, that one hits. As you like trying to control this water, they start firing cannons. One of them hits the deck of the ship. Doesn't bother you. You don't care. One of them, stop coming over me. Stop trying to find my secrets.
He wants to help.
And one of the cannons hits right next to you, causing 9 piercing damage as it just hits the deck and kind of throws particles of bones. He tangles himself up in cords all the time as splinters of wood or bone kind of hit you, and then you're just fucking pissed and you begin to grow. Stepping out of the ship, your legs going into the water, but you kind of walking on top of it in a way because you can.
No,
You
okay.
can. You don't have to sink in, so that you can be basically eye level with,
Do you
with
remember
the deck of their ship.
Pirates 3, I think it is?
Yeah, the giant goddess, the water
That's
goddess.
what I'm
Yeah.
I was gonna call you Calypso before.
Calypso, yeah.
Yeah. So you start walking, and you can hear that the fiends and the other creatures on the ships just start panicking as they're like, ah! And they start firing at you more as you're just like Godzilla walking towards them in the full might of Blibdoolpoolp.
Oh God, you can just call me Blib.
No. So, I think with stop it, that's my panties. I think with that, it is Calcina's turn. She is going to walk out, see you, Captain Scuttleshanks, and your dumb little chicken monsters. Look at them, sort of like annoyed. And
Real quick, I realized I didn't ask. What is she? Is she a tiefling? Is she
I'm so sorry, I didn't do that. What comes walking out in her pirate regalia? I can't believe I fucked this up. She has these tendrils coming off of her head that sort of hang. She's black skin and this sort of nasty reptilian-looking face. She is a black abishu, a like reptile kind of monster.
Let me Google it. There we go.
She is going to walk out, and seeing you, Captain Scuttleshanks, she's
I
going
love
to like.
that design.
Yeah, aren't they cool? She's going to look at you and just kind of grit her teeth. How far does she have to be? 30 feet. She hauls ass across the deck, slashing through your dumb fucking chicken monsters. And she... What? And she is going to try to hit you. So what you... Oh, so as she comes rushing, she thrusts her hand out forward, releasing this beam of dark energy. And you must make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. So, oh shit. 1 second. I hate that you can't just roll dice. You have to have a character open on the D&D website.
Yeah.
But I got a 17.
You got a 17?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Actually, you lucky bitch. Oh, half as much. Okay, cool. I get to still do it. Yeah, prepare to die.
I'm a pirate.
Prepare to die. You take 32 necrotic damage.
I don't give a shit.
As
42? Are you fucking kidding me?
No, half of 32 because you saved.
16?
Yeah, but it would have been 32.
32. Gotcha. All right.
As you get slammed with this dark energy.
That's hot.
And then she is going to continue her movement to get right next to you and attack you. Because she gets to do a couple things because she's nasty. So I'm going to roll to hit, and you tell me if I did it. What does she get? Oh, she doesn't get a whole lot. This isn't her. 15 to hit you?
No, actually.
She
Oh no, I'm sorry. 15 hits me. I thought it was higher.
That is your AC?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, cool. So, so that's 10, 15. You take 15 piercing damage as she thrusts this sword, this horrible coiled bone and silver sword, like into your carapace and into your shoulder. As you're like, fuck. That's a lot of damage. As you get hit, and then she, so that's it. She kind of slashes back and she goes, "Gets off my ship." As she's definitely pissed off and trying to be a cooler captain than you. She also has a tricorn hat. And
she has a quad corn hat.
She has a quad corn hat, and it's nicer than yours. Yeah,
that's just a square.
But she's wearing it on her head.
Hold on a second.
Why'd your house just go yellow?
I don't know. Oh, because I
oh, okay.
Because I maximized it. Now,
I want. Okay.
There is a group of gentlemen that are coming for you, the other pirates. So let's see if any of them hit you. Fuck.
Oh,
That's a 15, so that one hit you. That's, yeah, is it 15? Is your... Okay. So 3 piercing or slashing damage as one of them slashes you as you're trying to block all of these swords at once. No. So you kind of slash all these other swords out of your way, but one of them cuts you in the back, and hers pierces your shoulder. But you are fighting off basically half a pirate crew right now by yourself. There's like 5 men with her as they're just beating the fucking piss out of you. Your chickens are scrapping with a few other of her men, and these other ships are coming in from the other side trying to defend her. We're back up to Scuttleshanks. You were the first one. What do you do?
Oh, I'm sorry. I want to do the Flintlock 5 actually, right in front of, since she's right there.
Flintlock 5? Yes. I will say, because they're all just right in your face, you don't have to roll to hit them.
Okay.
Let's just do damage, just because they're all right there. So you just blah, 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 blah.
So that's 2d6 times 5. So that's 10d6.
Yep.
Okay. Very nice.
Okay. Oh, wait. This is 34.
Okay. As you just boom, 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 boom. Your shots are perfectly well placed. You're slamming them through people's heads, straight into hearts, straight through jugulars. And for her...
Oh, wait. I can attack 3 times?
What do you mean?
It says I can attack 3 times.
You can, but not with this.
No.
You'd have to spend an action reloading everything. But yeah, if you
I don't want to do this again. I want to swap the deck again.
Okay, so you fire off. Boom, 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 boom. Now, what was the total? It was 30 something.
Yeah, it was 34.
Okay, so 34.
Oh.
And how many targets are you aiming for? All the crew, her and the crew, or just her?
Just her.
You want to pump all? Okay. Okay, then I don't need to divide it. All right. Boy, that's a lot of damage.
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 Okay, as you and she just what as you just blast into her, and she's like, "Ah, fuck!" And she's just fucking ripping into her body. And then you want to swap the deck again?
Yes.
Okay, swap the deck, you dirty boy.
And now, but I'm moving straight towards her. So this is going to be 3d12 plus 3.
Woo.
25.
25? All
Mhm.
right. That's slashing damage, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. 2, 12. Okay. Boom. As you start slicing into her, she's like blocking it with the sword, but like as like some of it's getting through and cutting her up, and some of the guys on the side like Mav, Captain Scuttleshanks is a fucking death-dealing ass-whooping machine.
I
and
love it.
It's
He's 3
super
feet tall.
He's super fucking useful.
Yeah, he's 3 feet tall.
He's 3 feet tall. Oh, so you're not really cutting heads. You're like cutting like guts and like
and
like
lopping everybody.
There's definitely a lot of people rolling around on the ground with their legs bleeding out, and the chickens just ravaging their necks and their faces.
I love it.
Like it's a perfect combo because you knock people down, and then the chickens just feast on them as you're just ripping them apart. You okay?
Yeah.
Is he being bad? Is he being a bad boy?
He's fine.
So Captain Scuttleshanks is fucking everybody up.
Okay.
Mavicos.
I punched them all in the dick.
Oh.
Mavicos, you do indeed see that she's super busy fighting him and does not notice you at all.
All righty then.
Put it on the wooden table.
Sorry, I'm reminding myself of all the cool ass shit I can do real fast.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
Okay, we're gonna start with the good old basic. I'm gonna try to hit her with my returning dagger, just like in the back of her head. Here, hang on, let me get it
Okay.
so that. There we go. So I have you guys on my screen too. So that is going to be 17 hitter.
Does not.
Okay. Can I use then toxicity as a bonus action, or would that be considered an attack?
Sure. Yeah, fuck it.
All right. So I imagine, and you can retcon this if you want. Mav tries to get the sneak on her, throws the dagger, either hits her and it doesn't get through her armor, or it completely misses. He's like immediately like, oh fuck. I want to use Space Melter. Once per short rest, you can spray acid on one target within 5 feet of you. Target must make a DC 18 Dex save or take 10d6 acid damage, or half as much on a successful save.
Mm-hmm.
So she would need to make that.
Okay.
Or she's gonna get.
So you're gonna run up
got.
right up behind her, because you're gonna get in melee
Yes.
range with her. Okay.
That's fine.
Okay. So, what? She has to make a
My
what
sneak
roll?
attack failed. DC 18 Dex.
Her dex is pretty good.
But she is also distracted right now and does not know I'm there, technically.
She got a 10. Fuck you, D&D Beyond's dice roller. She got a 10.
Okay.
So
Let's see here.
What is it, 10d6?
It is 10d6, so let me roll that for you.
That's a lot of damage.
That's
43
a lot of damage.
points of acid damage.
Oh my goodness, she's not resistant to that. So as she's backing up, Scuttleshanks, you slash her hard enough that she kind of like spins around and then comes face to face with you, Mav, and you can see the like the surprise on her face, not only that you're here, but like, why do you have this horrible, grotesque thing on your head? And just as that's happening, it curls around. Now, where does the acid come from? How would you do this?
I imagine with Space Melter, I literally vomit it.
Okay,
but
cool.
that doesn't have to be what happens if that's not what you want.
No, do it. Vomit that shit, yeah. So do you say anything to her right before you vomit all this acid on her face?
It's a
He just
boy.
completely, like, no funny anything, completely serious. He goes, "This is for Mama," and then just like hurls on her face.
It's just melting into her face as she's swinging the sword wildly, and she You, so you just want to start punching ships?
Yeah. And cutting them in half.
You've been roll strength with advantage because you're gigantic. When I made her, or when I gave her this I did not know Blibdoolpoolp was going to be 20 feet tall. That was it was an oversight on my fault.
9. Oh wait, strength, right?
Yeah.
That was oh, that's weird. Blink white.
Also your wait. So they do a considerable amount of damage.
Should I? Oh, I'm hitting first.
Yeah, roll 15.
Plus
Add
15.
add 15 because you get
All right,
plus 15
so
whenever you hit things. With this.
15 plus 4 plus.
This is just the ship's ability to like dodge you and shoot your. So you reach down and crush the first ship, smashing it in half and into the blood water as they all pour in, and then you sweep with the other hand and just claw half of the ship up as the blood water starts pouring in, and you sweep the deck, just like crushing everybody on board as you're just like, ah, and you're like Donkey Kong pound another one as it like starts crashing. You are Godzilla smashing these fucking ships, and boy does it feel good.
Eat them.
Calcina's turn. Calcina backs up, her face burning and melting as she, you're going to regret coming here, as she reaches into her jacket and pulls out this blood red stone. And when you see it, your heart, and you can remember Draxia saying,
I
you
remember.
can remember Draxia saying she's searching for something to let her back into hell. And she goes, I summon you to me. And you can see it like send out this shockwave, and it goes like through the blood sea. And she oh, it's supposed to work. It's supposed to work. I've been doing this for hours.
Looks like you got faulty merchandise.
You say,
Goddess, you might have to mech fight for us.
Blibdoolpoolp, as you smash one of the
Keep
ships.
butchering my name.
Blibdoolpoolp, you smash one of the ships.
Yeah.
As you're like, and you feel something. Something's coming fast, very fast through the blood. As big as you? Nope. Bigger. Bigger than you. Much bigger than you. And you look, and from the water, you can see. Do you guys remember the Godzilla movie? The one that came out in America, when he's coming through the water and the water's rising like a huge lump, and it's like, that's what you see on the horizon as it's hauling ass through the boiling blood and heading straight for the ship. Not for you, for the ship.
For which ship?
Their ship, Calcina's ship,
Okay.
the one that they are on.
Yeah.
Do you want to intercept this thing, or just kind of like check out and see what's going on, like what happens? You already kind of have your way out. You can jump in that whirlpool whenever you want. I mean, you might go into hell, which really sucks, but so will that portal lead you also to hell. I mean, if he gets that map, then that's cool because then he can probably sail you out. But like, it's up to you. You know, do you want to fight this thing?
No, but I will.
Jump in its way.
No, I'm gonna part the ocean so that there's no water for it to swim in.
Make it walk.
That's pretty good. That's pretty dang good. Okay. This I will make you do with disadvantage.
So I can lift boats, but I can lift the water.
I give you advantage all the time. You do. You begin to part the water, and you do part the blood just enough to see this horrific fucking face, huge teeth, and bulging many eyes coming off of its head. You can see tentacles ripping from its face, whipping through the water, and massive tentacles ripping through the back of the water behind it, pushing it along. This huge, gargantuan fucking body forcing its way through the blood. And as you are parting it to try to pull it all away, it shifts quickly to the left, further away from where you're trying to do it. You are able to pull it completely, but it moves out of the way too quickly and reaches the ship. There is a mighty of the ship as all of you, everybody made Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, Cheerios. That's not good. 14.
18.
Ooh.
Okay. Scuttleshanks, you are able to stay standing because you're Scuttleshanks. Everybody, literally everybody else on the ship falls down, including Calcina. As from the water, from the blood rises these huge tentacles that rise up. And Calcina, like on the ground, goes, yes, yes, I command you, kill them all. As the tentacles and land on the ship, and you can see spikes all over it as it starts writhing around the ship, searching for you. Scuttleshanks, you are able to get you get to just do a dexterity saving throw. Mav, you get a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage because you're on the ground.
22.
Fuck me, Scuttleshanks.
20, not nat.
Okay, you both actually make it. As the tentacles search for you, sweeping the deck, Scuttleshanks, you do like a cool kickflip over one of them, probably. And yes.
Can I just, as I'm doing my yo-ho-ho and a bottle of rum, just sidestep one of them?
You are gonna do yo-ho-ho and a bottle of rum? Okay,
Yes.
so as you chug a bottle of rum, guzzling it down, now you go ahead and get the bonuses of that. You just
Ooh,
sort
I got
of
health back.
as the tentacle grabs around another pirate who just and it pulls him into the water as a couple more tentacles start rising up. Scuttleshanks, you know what this thing is.
What is it?
On your list, there should be something known as the Red Wrath.
Mm-hmm.
So this is really bad. The Red
Yeah.
Wrath decimates ships and kills everything it touches.
It's okay. She's probably not allegiant to Calcina.
That red stone.
I guess we'll have to
We're gonna
see.
send out a shockwave. Yeah. None of the tentacles. Mav, what did you get?
20.
Oh yeah, you were able to jump out of the way as a tentacle slams on the ground. You can see that it lands as it touches Calcina. It and kind of slides away from her, not grabbing her or pulling her in. But everything else it touches, it sucks down into the boil. Scuttleshanks, it's your turn again.
Oh, I want to... I wanted 2 armsmen to Calcina.
Okay. Go ahead. Roll for how many come out. You're gonna send your abyssal chickens after. Dope. I like this. This actually, she is starting to get pretty pissed off.
13.
Okay, so roll. You
For
see how
damage
many-
now?
Yeah, you're gonna roll times however many chickens you brought out.
Oh. So it's 13d4.
Woo! Oh no, what happened to the camera? There we go.
Oh shit, come on.
The chickens begin to swarm from your ship and haul ass for her, singing their sea shanties. As a moment.
36.
Jesus Christ. That really actually that hurt her pretty bad. As they start swarming, she's like, what the fuck? And she's fighting off these awful chickens, spearing them and slashing them with her sword as these giant tentacles are like slamming everything and like ripping people off of their ship. And she's fighting a bunch of abyssal chickens.
We're gonna have to commission somebody to paint the Battle of Calcina's ship.
Let's do it. I've never done that before. I would love to commission an artist.
Commission
That's so
somebody
fun.
for it? That would be fun.
Yeah.
Like an old timey, like wall-sized painting and like oil.
Yes, with the tentacles coming off and yeah. I really want to draw all of your characters like as they are at endgame. I think would be cool.
Yeah.
Like as they are pretty much now. Like draw them when they started and then draw them again at the end.
Get like a.
There's so many scenes I want to render just for practice for my sake. From just
a
this
Last
in general.
Supper big ass painting for the game room once part 1 is done.
That's a great idea. Like
We'll look into it.
all of them. That's
Drop your
great.
artist recs in the comments, you guys.
Like and
Hey.
subscribe. Hit that notification. I missed my son.
So, she's fighting off all these chickens. Mav. There's a giant. Now there's a giant
Sea monster.
octopus monster in the worse than an octopus in this thing. Scuttleshanks. It is indeed. It is worse than a kraken. It is a kraken, but it is like my own. It's one that can survive the boiling blood bay.
Mav is losing his shit. He wants to try and leap onto Calcina and just like get her with the knife as much as he possibly can. Give me the fucking sword is what he's screaming as he like leaps at her.
Give me the sword, you lizard bitch.
Exactly. Yeah.
I like it.
He's really pissed.
She is currently surrounded by chickens, so you do get stealth attack on this.
All right. So I'm rolling to attack. Correct? I'm not rolling to. Okay.
Because she can still fight you.
26?
26 to hit?
Yes, to hit her.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so then it's going to be, let me add all of these d6s up. 9, 10, 11, 12.
Oh, dear.
42 plus 1 is 43, plus 8, 48, 51. 51 points of damage to, like I said, leap on her and just stab her as much as I fucking can. While he's screaming, give me back the sword! The sword, give it back!
She's just, you jump on her and you just fucking, you're getting her melted face, you're like cutting into it, you gash out one of her eyes as you just,
little claw feet on her hips, just like,
your spiky armor also doing, when she goes to block your arm.
Oh, I didn't even think about that, too,
One of the spikes from your armor goes through her hand and the knife goes into her shoulder. She's like, so she, let me see how this works. Okay. No, I'm just gonna hit you with the sword because it's all about the sword. It would make more sense to do one of these spells, but I think the sword's just so much cooler.
Not that much
I
cooler.
also definitely hit me. I did not realize I had this with toxicity. I think I also have something with armor.
Poison?
Toxic, and a creature in melee range takes 1d6 poison damage whenever I'm hit with a melee attack.
Whenever they
small
hit
poisonous cloud. Yes,
yep.
and
Whenever
then
they hit you.
Again with Spiked Hide, any creature that hits you with a melee attack takes 1d10 piercing. So whenever anyone hits me, I should actually be more aware of that.
Yeah, you
because I didn't even realize. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember all this shit in the moment.
Neither can I. I didn't even
Basically,
realize. So that's what I'm saying.
When they hit you, he like releases poison. Like
yeah.
And they're like, oh fuck, you're a disgusting dirty boy. Like you're a bag of fucking poison. So she is going to fucking stab you with this sword because she hates you now and never respected you, so she wants to kill you with your own sword, which she very well may do. Does a 19 plus
yes
5 plus 5
just stop. Just stop. Just stop.
Okay.
It's 19 is my armor class. 19 plus. That's all I needed.
That's 9. 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 piercing damage as she stabs you with the sword. And you're just like, whatever, fuck it. Like, I'm sure that's not super terrible. She takes 1d6.
Yes.
From this. So go ahead and roll 1d6 for me. And then she's going to do something else. She's going to expend 2 charges.
Nat 6.
Natural 6? Oh, fuck. Okay. She's looking rough. As she, there's like, she shoves it into you. How do you get the poison into her? Do you fucking cough it into her face?
I would say probably spit on her again.
You launch this like fucking green vile shit, and it doesn't just get into her mouth. It gets into her now busted ass eye socket and like into her melted wounds on her face as she's shoving. You have the sword through your body, and she's like with the Kraken fucking ripping people off of the ship and like ripping them in half. In the background, we see a giant lobster woman punching a fucking ship. We see Scuttleshanks chug his last bottle of rum and slam it to the ground and ready himself against more pirates that are now boarding the ship from the other ships that have been making their way. As you fuck and like square off against what looks like gotta be like 15 other guys, which is not great. And she is amongst all of this going to, because she hit you, she's going to spend 2 charges on this to do a metric butt ton of damage to you. Let me make sure I have the right.
It's a metric unit, right?
Give me those D10s.
Oh boy.
What's your health at right now?
My health is, I don't like that question, first of all.
Yeah, I know. Nobody
Second of all, my health is currently 124. My max is 137.
So 31. Fuck, how many times did I roll?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like 6. So I have 4 more. 2, 40, 52 more rolls.
Golf game?
61, and then 1 more. Okay, you are going to take 65 points of necrotic damage as the coil bone. No,
me.
Mav. As the coil bone sword begins to uncoil itself and spears you several different ways with its horrible self. As it basically
I hate that for him.
Runs through your body. And because it's already in you, I imagine it pulls back inside of you and just shoots out of you in like several different directions as you just and like cough up some blood. And she just and like kind of like roars at you like, I fucking hate your family.
That's my sword.
And as she rips the sword from you, as you she holds it to you, as you can see several tentacles raising up, and you see in her other hand she's holding the stone, and she kill him as the tentacles pull around, getting ready to fucking destroy you. Mab, I want you to make dexterity saving throw.
I can't do that.
Why?
I can, is what I was saying.
Oh, I thought you said you can't do that. I was like, what happened? Why?
18 plus 11. would be
Yeah.
not
Okay. So as the
29.
tentacles and slam into the ship, you're fucking bobbing and weaving out of their way. She is desperately trying to make her way off of the ship and onto one of the other ships. She is badly, badly wounded. What do you want to do? You've destroyed and sundered your ships. You see that this Kraken is fucking up
Yeah, I
the
want
ship.
to try to go over and rip it off of the...
Oh, fucking cool. Let's just do... You know what? You just jumping on it is going to be enough to make it... You want to start ripping into it and eating it?
Yeah.
Okay, roll damage to just start using your claws.
Because, you know...
You're a prawn monster.
Yeah,
You're a giant lobster.
Daddy's prawn
So this
monster.
thing is huge. You can literally, like, ride it. It's so fucking big.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to eat it. What am I rolling?
Your strength, your claws, your claw attacks.
Am I rolling to hit?
You'll hit it. Oh, shit. Yeah, so now do double damage. That was awesome. What are the odds of that shit? I was going to be like, don't even roll. You're fine. You can hit it.
So for double damage, am I rolling?
No, you roll 46 and then times it by 2.
Okay.
You don't roll 86.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
24. So as you leap onto it, you start and ripping into its flesh, ripping off pieces of it and eating them. It's disgusting. It tastes like a demon. It's definitely demon flesh. It's gross. And it starts pulling off and rises up out of the water with you on its back, ripping into it. And you see this Kraken. If you guys look up what a Kraken looks like.
In D&D or in general?
In D&D. It's that, but worse to behold. It looks more monstrous, more horrific. It is...
Oh, why does it look like that?
What?
I thought it was like an octopus monster.
Nope, that's what the Krakens look like.
Oh, shit.
Yep. So you're like up on its head, kind of, ripping into its like neck and head, and it's just rising out of the water, standing on all that. And it looks demonic. All of its eyes are like glowing red. It has this red kind of tint to its skin that lets it blend in with this water. And its scream is horrific and terrifying. Even some of the pirates that were fighting you, Scuttleshanks, like look like holy fucking titty balls. Like that is the worst. It is larger than the fucking ship that you're on. And it was just kind of batting it like a toy, as it just like rises up with Blibdoolpoolp on its head, just beating it up and like ripping into its flesh and trying to fight it. That is a minor god trying to beat this thing up. That's how horrible this thing is. And right now, Calcina is escaping with the means by which to control it.
She's on the boat.
She is trying to get onto one of the other 5 boats that came around the other side to support her. And a bunch of them came onto the ship to fight and block off Scuttleshanks. Scuttleshanks, these guys are all, there's like 10 of them, and they're coming after you to get in your way. Calcina is trying to get onto a rope to swing over to the other side. She has slain your chickens. Do you want to, A, try to fight these guys, right? I mean, of course, you can do whatever you want. Or do you want to try to aid Mav in getting to her? You saw Mavicus fuck this lady up. Would you like to try to aid Mav in getting to Calcina? Or do you want to try to go and kill her yourself? What?
How so?
Well, so if you choose to like aid her, I will give Mavicus like, advantage on trying to like acrobatics or athletics to get to her. If you could like think of a cool way to assist her, how would Scuttleshanks do such a thing?
If he wants me to steamline, I can just swab the deck through the guys in front of me.
Oh, that's also very fucking cool. Yeah, like as if they were also at her defense, kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that idea. Like I like that. That's good. You clear the way for the runway.
Go get her, Mav.
Yeah. As he fucking windmills through these motherfuckers as they just start getting ripped apart by his ridiculous flurry of blades and claws. Somehow, during all this, does Hitch Tricorn hat stay on?
Oh, yeah.
Incredible.
His jacket is fallen off, so he's stark naked except for the hat.
His jacket was torn to shreds, and like he cut up his own jacket doing this. He's just like
feathers and buttons and shit going everywhere.
Yeah. As he cuts through, and you see Calcina grabbing one of the ropes and leaping off of the ship to try to make it to another ship. How are you going to stop her?
I am, with my haste blade armor, going to get through the way that was just cleared, leap onto the same rope, and use my momentum to slam us back into the ship.
Oh, fuck. Okay, so between you and Scuttleshanks says, go get him, starts windmill like a Tasmanian devil spinning and slashing them. It's almost like in like a movie where there's like The Flash or something where everything slows down as you start and running through it. You're dodging under people that are swinging swords and at the same time getting like decapitated, getting their legs cut off by Scuttleshanks. You slide under one of Scuttleshanks' blades as it guts a man, as we see you kind of dodge past another guy who is trying to swing a sword at you, and you just sort of like jam him in the neck with like the blade as you dodge. As you duck under another one, a hammer comes at you as Toxicity grabs it and rips it out of the guy's hand. As the guy drops the hammer, that's when Scuttleshanks' sword collides with his face. It is sort of this whirling dervish of hell but slowed down. And as you rise past it with the melee behind you, and far behind that, we see the great image of the Kraken fighting off Blibdoolpoolp as it wraps one of its tentacles around her body as she's just like, ah, and you leap off onto Cal's. God, my fucking chair, I hate this fucking thing. It's so, like, it makes the worst noise. I'm trying to, like, talk, and it's like...
I'm dealing with the same thing. I'm on, like, a slight incline. It's like...
God, it's awful. You leap off of the ship and grab onto the rope. As she goes up and a little bit too far towards that ship because of your sudden weight, and you swing both of you back as we see her face rise up towards the camera like, and Calcina's like, oh shit face, as you start swinging back onto the ship. Now, you are both going to roll dexterity saving throws for the sloppy sort of fall as this happens.
19.
Fuck. Okay.
18.
You both land. You land. What did you say?
18.
You're good. You're not rolling. They are because they're getting slammed back at the.
I thought the entire ship was getting.
No.
You do great. You do great staying on your feet.
Thrown back. You both land and slam to the ground, and Calcina falls because she failed her dexterity saving throw. The gem that she was holding, this red gem, falls to the ground in between both of you. And she and the Kraken, now that it has been let go, suddenly, and you can see it now looking at all of the ships, like, my food, as it just, and it throws Blibdoolpoolp off, and you go flying into one of the other ships, one of the enemy ships, as it just explodes from your body going through it, and the Kraken and like roars with its massive jaws. Its bottom jaw separates into like thousands of teeth inside of it, as you can see more tentacles crawling out. This is not a normal Kraken. It is demonic, so it is horrific to behold. And you can see as it looks down upon you with its glowing red eyes, Calcina goes for that gem.
I also go for it.
All right, this is going to be a dexterity. Now, what do you get pluses for dexterity? Do you have
my dex saving throw is plus 11.
This isn't going to be a saving throw. This is going to be
my plus dex is plus 5 then.
Then hers is also plus 5, so this is an even fucking roll. Are you? Are you ready for this?
Oh, okay. Yes, I'm ready for this.
Okay. Go.
I can screenshot it. It's a nat 20, no fucking joke.
No, it fucking isn't. Are you kidding?
Yes, it is. I am screenshotting it right now. You can judge my YouTube choices.
Fine. I trust you.
Too late. I'm going to Facebook. I'm sending it to you.
I believe you. I believe you guys.
But I gotta rub it in your face. Okay, there we go.
It beats her total of 13 as she reaches for it, but her face is like melted, and she got stabbed a lot and bitten by chickens and stabbed some more, and she's had a rough day, and her whole fleet is dead, and you have you somehow brought a demigod to this fight, which she didn't expect, and now the Kraken is loose, and that's not good for anybody. And the ships are slowly getting closer to the whirlpool of the abyss. And she reaches for this thing, but Mavakos, you are just too fast. Mavakos, I give you this as well as the ability to sunder Calcina the way you see fit. This was essentially the end of the fight. How do you defeat her?
By sunder, do you mean kill?
You can do whatever you want. You grab that crystal, she is more terrified of you than she would be if you were standing over her and she had 1 HP. She essentially, upon you grabbing it, like stops and like...
Hammer time.
Mav grabs the crystal and without even thinking tosses it back so Toxicity can grab onto it. So he's got both of his hands free.
It's spiky little nasty green thing grabs it, and you see her like, what the fuck? What the fuck was that?
He goes fucking bananas with his teeth on her throat. I mean, there's not gonna be anything left but the spine when he's done with it. Like, just completely fucking feral. Does not want any trace of her to be alive. Like,
as you leap onto her and start ripping her to pieces as she screams, the Kraken goes mad and starts destroying the ships around it. The enemy ships that have begun to flee, it chases instinctually, going after them. Blibdoolpoolp, you rise from the blood, having taken 10... having taken 30 technically acid damage from the isn't that fun, that thing?
Did you do it?
Yeah, I took that. I got Spike Spiegel. Anyway, as you take like 30 acid damage from the boiling blood, but whatever, you have plenty of health, and you sort of rise up to see this Kraken just fucking beating the fucking shit out of things, and you're like, yeah, all right, I'm done with that. I'm over that motherfucker. Like, you didn't even hurt that bitch. He's like fucking awful. But he's like headbutting ships into destruction.
How's our ship?
We'll get to that. And as Mav, as you just rip and are in this cloud of blood, there is nothing but carnage behind you as this Kraken ravages these ships in a similar animalistic hatred. Pure, raw, emotional wrath fuels you both in the boiling blood sea. And when you stand and look down at what you have done, there is nothing but a mostly severed head sitting there. No more breath coming out of her, no more gurgling, no more screaming. She is dead. This Abishu lays there with her nothing but her spine and tendons and torn flesh scattered across the ship, and the coil bone remains tight in her hand.
Mav picks himself up, brushes the back of his claw against his face, picks up the namesake of his family, finally happy to have it back in his hands again, and then turns his attention to the Kraken and tries his fucking hardest to like put his intention into that stone and just tell it to stop.
Okay. Given you hold the stone in your hand and you tell it to stop, another wave goes out, and you see the Kraken as it's lifting a ship with its tentacles and snaps it in half and just and it drops them, and it goes back into the water and rises just enough out that its like head is sitting there and the rest of it is swimming, and it is waiting. You see it far off there, its eyes glowing amidst the red and black mists of the boils.
Mav turns to the captain to see where he's at. Is he up? Is he standing?
Captain has, I imagine you're cleaning the blood off of your blades. You look.
I would be patting down the body of the beheaded person looking for the map.
you stand up and you look down and he's right there next to you. And you find it in her like pocket, like aha, written on flesh, as it is.
I want to whistle for all my chickens, but then look up at Mav. What is Mav doing?
Can you get us out of here?
I was gonna say, let's get out of here.
Your ship, Scuttleshanks, the Unwrought, is sinking. It was damaged in the fight as the Leviathan, or as the Kraken, began to fight too close to it. But you do have a ship
Right
that you're on
underneath.
right now, and it's actually much better than yours.
I want to look
It
down
is-
at a struggling crew member from before,
Yeah.
like one of the original crew members.
Okay.
I want to pull my pistol against their head and blow their brains out, and then whistle for all my chickens.
Your chickens come flying over here. The Infernal Glory, the ship, is now yours.
Oh, it's going to be the Unwrought Cadaver.
The Unwrought
2.
2. Electric Boogaloo. The chickens start work immediately on getting like paint and things to repaint the side. That's okay. And you are ready to leave. Now, do you go? You can either sail out or you can try to go up to that portal. There's really no intense need. And Mavakos, did you have something to ask me? Or something to say?
Mav takes one of the captain's many hands, smacks the stone into it, says, I'm gonna go take a fucking nap. And then like goes to find a bed to lay down and rest.
Captain Scuttleshanks, what is placed in your hand? What is placed in your hand, you can feel a connection to this great, horrible monster.
A Kraken?
And as you look to your left, you see it sitting there in the water watching you, listening and waiting for you to tell it what to do. The most dangerous thing in the Boil Blood Bay, Captain Scuttleshanks, is right now under your command.
He just starts maniacally laughing.
With all of his claws out.
Shooting his pistols.
And the chickens rise. And start screaming around.
It is now the time of the chicken crew.
Now, before we end, where do you go? You can go to the portals, though you're not in any immediate danger to do so. You can go down the whirlpool. Also, no reason to do that, but you can. And go to the Underdark. You can try to go into the portal to go to one of the many planes of hell, though which one it will spit you out in, you're not sure. Whether your ship would even survive that, or maybe you land in not a great place of hell. Or you can use the map and sail your way out, or forever in the boiling blood sea, knowing where you're going. This choice I give to you, Mavakos, as you're walking away from Scuttleshanks. Scuttleshanks, what do you tell Mav is the plan, or what does Scuttleshanks want to do, and what does Mav want to do?
Mav, my place is here, but I know you are from someplace else. Do you want to go at least get a look at hell, and we can part ways?
Mav just says, I'm not welcome there. I trust your judgment. And then continues down to the lower decks.
All right. I'll go to someplace that's relatively calm that I know
in the
of.
boiling blood bay?
Just to let Mav eventually
Okay.
because I think, how is he going to get out of here not knowing the whole Draxia thing?
Right. You do so. Mavakos, as you lay sleeping.
Sleepy
resting.
boy.
What?
Sleepy boy.
Sleepy boy. As you lay sleeping, in your dreams comes to you Draxia. and you are in her room again, and you think, okay, I was brought back. Gotcha. I'm back with my coil bone. I got it. This was my treasure. This and the stamp and stuff. Cool. But the other two aren't there. And everything is dark. It's very different. She came to you. And she goes, Mavacos, did you have fun?
He doesn't say anything.
Did you get what you were after?
You should already know the answer to that question if you're here.
Mavacos, with that sword, and more importantly, with that stone, you will be welcomed back. If you walk into this with those two items, you will be seen as worthy, no crimes forgotten. I know how devils work. All about law. But they must recognize your strength. Mavacos, I tell you this, because if you wish to return to this, I could use you there at a later date, maybe in 100 years or so. Or I could use you elsewhere on the world. I know the troubles in your mind. I know that the others of the terrible three worry you, maybe frighten you. I will not hunt you if you leave, and I may have work for you later. Or I can rip you back to me now in your sleep, and you can continue your journey with the three. So, what'll it be, Mav? Hell, the eternal journey, or my mission of destroying Marcellia and killing all the champions of that righteous asshole?
Can we cut it here so I have some time to think about that out of character?
Absolutely. Sure.
Perfect.
You're more than welcome to.
Thank you.
Okay. Then I think right there, we will end with Mav looking at Draxia and looking down and cutting. Did he go and ring the fucking bells
Go
again?
fucking away.
And yeah, so that ends. I went on a little long. I apologize, but that ends
Okay.
our journey into the Boiling Blood Bay, the demon pirate extravaganza.
It was a fun time.
Okay, good.
That's fun.
Scuttleshanks is going to have to write the story of both Mavacos and Danny Adventure Man.
And Blibdoolpoolp.
And that one. Yeah, but she's probably going to stay there with Scuttleshanks. Or at least be in the same area.
Yeah, she's probably on the ship again. I mean, she still needs you to get her out. back to the.
We're best friends by force. Against her will.
So
Alrighty.
yeah. I'm sorry, Amanda has to keep leaving to grab the dog because he's being a butthole. But yeah, guys, so that's it. I am going to.
We did it.
That's okay. Don't worry about
I
it.
tried to give him that chew, but then he started swallowing it and choking on it. Fucking me.
Dogs.
Try to take it.
That's dogs.
I am going
for
to
you.
stop recording, but that ends the first
Goodbye.
episode of the next.
Bye, gang.
See ya.